Hello and welcome to chapter 5 question mark of this adventure. So recap of chapter 4, which is titled Bureaucracy. The party was in Neverwinter and continued to be in Neverwinter for the entire session, doing many fun things with the city. You originally tried to find the Fork and Bottle Tavern. Instead, you found the Spoon and Jug. And learned that the Spoon and Jug was run by one of the Redbeards, who were the pirate group from the volcano. After learning about that and kind of taunting him a little bit, wiping the tar off of his beard and then prestidigitation it back to black to maintain his cover, you learned about Jarl Axel, who was the leader of the Redbeards. You learned his name, not much of him. You learned of the slave trade. They were carrying out, they're famous or infamous for disappearing people inside of the city and also bringing in slaves from outside and trafficking them through the city. Nobody was sure where. You later learned that they're being trafficked to the chasm. And you also learned that the Redbeards are trying to destabilize the Neverwinter government. For what purpose, it's unknown as of yet, but that is their dastardly plot. You learned all of this and then left the tavern and were followed by street urchins, who then were duped by your disguise change under a convenient tunnel, and then you were later almost kidnapped. The result of all of that was the party coming back together at a different inn and talking about it. You went to the Bottomless Cup, which you knew from the guards back in your guard days. It's a very famous meeting point for the guards, and there you saw the people who tried to kidnap you, which were the black folk. Luckily, they did not recognize anyone from the party, even the giant green parrot, maybe because they were just not being paid to at the time. You also met Lilau.
Drunk.
Also drunk. You met Lilau, who was a back office worker of the guard, and learned from her about the magistrate and what they were voting on in terms of Redbeard politics, going out with the Navy to try to take them down versus ignoring them, shoring up, and defending Neverwinter and favoring land-based trade. From that, you assumed that your contact, Farthi, from the Forest District, was the most reputable of the magistrates, because the other two had voted for land-based trade, and he had voted for getting the Navy and going to attack them. After 2 weeks of work and bureaucracy later, you got a meeting booked with him, but the night before, Terzio had been inserting himself into the underbelly of Neverwinter, and in that underbelly he found an inn with not an inn with two ends, but he found a way into the group of Redbeards who were associated with the group but not actually of the hair color. And on that night before, you went on a supply run, which was actually slave trafficking in the form of putting them in wine barrels and then taking them across the city. In doing so, Eredon and Magnus were able to follow the cart to its final destination after the changeover that Terzio had midway to a different group of travelers. You were able to follow that. You saw that the slaves were taken down into a cellar under a certain tavern called the Roaring Snake, and then were able to see the ship that had originally brought these slaves aboard, which is a very low-slung rowboat, barely gliding above the surface of the water. You saw it go out to sea with your owl and then turn into the ocean and get swallowed up by a ship that came from underwater, you know as the Red Pearl. Then you had your meeting in the morning with the magistrate, and you told him of the slaves under the Roaring Snake. The magistrate was very excited. It was just the break that he needed to crack this case wide open and catch them in the act. So you and a group of 6 policemen are rushing to the Roaring Snake to raid the place.
FBI.
And so we begin on the way to the Roaring Snake Tavern. You are preparing for combat. You know that combat will most likely come. It's a raid, after all. Is there anything that you need to cast in preparation?
I would definitely first invoke my weapon, which is this great sword that just kind of appears out of thin air. And I will cast Armor of Agathis, so there's chunks of ice that starts forming around my body. And give me a nice boost of temporary hit points.
And so can we like all the slaves are still down in the cellar, right?
That's what you're assuming, yeah.
Okay. So there's no way of just lightning putting something on fire, so they have to get out and we get like opportunity attacks.
I think if we want the element of surprise, it's better if we all go in at the same time.
I thought about throwing like
Just burst down the
bottles
door.
in.
Because then they'll know
like,
something's coming.
I kind of cocktail Molotov, just throw them in, and then they come out, and then we get our opportunity attacks one after the other.
Yeah, I find that a bit risky though. Because you can only do one opportunity attack anyway.
Yeah.
Per round.
We probably also kind of know where people are in the pub because we saw them.
Well, you saw them last night,
I could still
over 8 hours ago.
ghost look at them.
That's possible. Might make sense to check out the current
Yeah.
situation before we go in.
It's no fun.
I'm gonna ghostly gaze inside.
So you're currently on the way to. Is there anything else that you wanted to cast in advance?
The armor I will really cast just before we go in,
Okay.
to be clear.
Yeah, just our telepathic bond
Up and running.
up and running. Otherwise, no.
Can you hear me?
Okay. So you arrive at the alley outside of the tavern, and it is, as you see there, you enter from the west, which is on that side.
So I'm ghostly gazing first.
Yeah. So you're entering from the west,
Ah, okay.
and you cast ghostly gaze as you approach the back door. True?
So IBC the other policeman, right?
Yeah, they are following you. They should actually be on that side as well. You're entering from the west.
And these two are somewhere in the front. So here's another room of the pub, right?
Yeah. So that's
So there's like the
That's the
kitchen,
back. It
and
goes
this
this
is
way?
like the
front doors around here.
customary. I just want to mention, we are all telepathically linked. All of us.
All of the guards. as
Except for one. I can only do 8, we are 9.
well. Which one? might be
Except for
It might be important.
except for C.
Why C?
Why?
Because fuck C.
He's the dumbass that is gonna.
No, do they have any kind of like? Are they super different?
B is the barbarian. He's burly. He only wears a chest plate instead of the full sleeved armor. His muscles are just too big to fit in. He carries a basically it's an oversized club, but it's meant for bashing down doors. It has handles at the front and back as a battering ram, which is a portable battering ram. A seems
He batters
more
people.
kind of laid back. He's got his billy club out, but he's let's do this. But not, let's do this. C and D are your average policemen, ready to take action.
Pumped.
Yeah, I'll leave it at C.
Trained.
And the two in front?
The two in front, triangle and square. Triangle seems a bit shady to you. He seems like a guy who would carry daggers on him.
Rogue.
And square has a holy emblem on her shield.
You don't want to send A and B to the front door too. So there are 4. Because we were like 7 at the back door. And there are like 2 at the front door.
Yeah, maybe we need
So
a
it's
bit more.
about being 5 at the back door.
And the one with the ramming thing maybe should...
stay with us or leave?
I was gonna say leave. Because, well, actually, I guess the front door is always unlocked, right?
It's a pub, so
Yeah.
It's a 24/7 pub.
And we say that there are people having breakfast potentially. Well, yeah. Would I be able to see that actually?
let's send A and D.
A is the one that was birdie.
Yeah, no, that's B. But that's the one of the club, so if the back door is closed, he can help us.
Whoever's strongest, I would say, let's send to the other side.
Oh, it's B.
Yeah.
Let's send
And
B there.
C or D.
But
He fell.
yeah. Okay. Okay.
Injured knee.
He died.
And then we're 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's send one more. See?
Yeah,
Okay.
C.
Alright.
See you later.
What was special about C? I forgot.
He is not telepathically linked with us.
Oh,
But I mean, in terms of skills.
He is an average policeman.
He was average, yeah.
he's average.
Good to know that one with the shield probably can heal.
You might need it.
No.
Cleric.
Either a cleric or a paladin, though. Does he have a big ass sword or?
A
He has a
little
mace.
hammer.
Or she has a mace.
A
Okay.
mace.
You're talking about Square?
Yeah.
Yeah. Square is a lady with a mace.
That's scary.
And a shield.
Or
Classic cleric.
either
Okay.
it's really scary or it's not
It's a
scary
cleric.
at all.
Let's get the cleric with us and then send one of these two instead. What do you think? Yeah?
You can do it.
I forgot what A and D are.
So D is a basic policeman.
Both C and D are basic policemen.
C and
A
D.
just seems a little bit shy.
Okay. D?
Okay.
Basic policeman? Alright.
Take square.
Bring Square in.
It's like a part of chess, you know.
You guys are casting anything or preparing anything else?
Not in preparation. No, only telepathic bond, otherwise no.
Water breathing, anyone? You never know.
You never know. As soon as we open the door, it'll be like an
In the
underwater
fountain.
world. But
Oh.
you looked in?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay.
So
What did you see?
You are entering. So I assume you discussed all of this on the way.
Yeah.
Sure.
And you are entering because there's not a direct alley to just go around the pub.
Okay.
You're entering from the west, casting your ghostly gaze and starting to look inside. With your ghostly gaze through the wall, you are able to see. This ruins everything.
And sees. No.
The numbers are bad.
Right. You see what looks like thugs
Cooks.
standing with crossbows pointed at the door.
At
No
our door.
way.
At that door.
How
they're-
did they know?
like
they
they're
have ghostly
ready-
gaze too.
Like they are ready for someone to bust in.
How do they
Okay,
know?
someone
and
chipped them
fuck
off.
Shit up.
I
There
guess.
is another person here, about halfway
Oh.
down the stairs.
What is that
He's
one?
in black. That's a
Uh,
problem.
There's another person here, just behind the corner,
I'm still thinking about trying that
waving
Molotov
his
cocktail in.
hands.
Oh, spellcaster.
Now he's dancing.
You can see 30 feet. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, so the 30 feet's about to the end of the room.
30 feet.
Right, with ghostly gaze?
Double check.
Tell the barbarian to break in the other side.
Yeah, I was gonna say if we start the action there 30 feet, yeah,
Distraction, and then
and then they will turn around, and that's at that point we can. Yeah, I want to remind you guys that I have, you know it, but just a reminder that I have hypnotic pattern, which can really incapacitate a whole crowd. It's a 30-foot radius area.
Do you get to choose the creatures? Or is
It's
it-
everyone. So that's the thing, is that
Okay.
if we have a tell while we're communicating anyway, but usually I tell you it's time for high ground because they're gonna get high, and that means that I'm gonna cast this thing. At that point, basically for a split second, you have to close your eyes. I will tell the guards that as well.
Yeah.
Actually,
Except for C.
yeah, I was late.
don't
But
see.
D can tell C.
Close to your eyes.
No,
He's
it's
gonna
radio
cast
silence
some-
now.
So it's B, C, D, and triangle at the front.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
Actually, maybe I don't want to tell the guards anymore because now that they all know we're coming, I'm starting to feel like maybe somebody's on the inn, and if they all close their eyes, I don't like this. So, but anyway, you guys know.
How many telepathic links can you have at the same time?
I don't know. That's
Uh,
8. You said.
it says you
I mean-
link up
I mean-
to.
If someone else casts a telepathic link on you now,
Oh, I see.
can you telepathic link to both of them?
And can you then decide which one to use?
Let me put you on hold.
Right?
So,
That's a good question.
The
They might be
spell
important.
doesn't specify.
I think that's something you have to decide.
Then we'll say you can have as many as you want.
And you can decide which one to talk to.
Yes.
Would make sense.
Like it's a private chat room in a text message.
Okay, but you
Different app.
can only do like group broadcast. I cannot decide only to telepathically talk to one of the group.
It's a group chat.
Yeah.
but you can send like secret messages.
Would they hear me talk to someone else though, or would I really just mute that and put it on hold?
If you had different links active, you're talking to it's just a different chat room.
You decide to speak to it, right? It's not just chain of thought. Right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. So alright. Okay. Are you ready for this?
Okay, so we can. So we basically bust in and try to.
No, they bust in. On the
They
other
bust in on the other side. That's gonna distract
From the
them
front.
From the front.
Ah, I see.
The only thing is we don't know what's on the other side. But I mean, if they're waiting for us, right? And let's just agree that these are the guys we're trying to get to first. Hey, can you do your little hole thing here?
I also thought about that. Yeah.
What does this one look like, the black one?
He looks like a fabulously dressed dark elf. A very wide-brimmed hat, it's kind of floppy with green feather trim around the outside.
Green feather? He
Yes.
killed my family.
At his sides are two swords, a long sword and a short sword. He has rings on both fingers and a very unusual belt with a very large buckle on it. You know, like one of those wrestling belts.
John Axe.
Cough, cough.
I don't know that, of course. But if I see that it's a drow, then I'll mention be careful. They can cast darkness, and that can be trouble for you guys, not for me. Okay. So
we
can
V's here because he's the burly guy.
yeah, but hold on. There's another room here, so they're not gonna come here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And just so I'm clear, these
Another
are
room.
hexagons, so I'm used to squares. Can we fit 2 people side by side? Like, could we have 2 people come in together?
It's 5-foot spaces, and because we have to draw straight lines, if there's 2 halves of one 5-foot space, just make it work. Like, we're here to have a good time, not to pick on details.
Okay, so that corridor we could be 2 people coming in side by side.
Yeah, 2 can squeeze into a 5-foot corridor.
This is a 5-foot corridor.
Yes, it's 5-ish.
So
5
it would be
foot?
actually difficult to fight through this thing.
It would be.
I kind of like the element of surprise if we manage to go through that door, though.
Can we ask Task Force 1 that is in front of the main door to enter?
Yeah, but let's just agree on what we're doing first. That's the plan. But
Oh shit! He gave the message.
I was asking myself.
Yeah.
If a spell, I can cast on things I cannot see, right?
It depends.
Like if it doesn't specifically say that.
Yeah,
I
it
have
says
to
you have
see
to.
it.
You can see it. It's a target you can
so
see.
I can cast through walls if they are like not like lead or whatever. In up to the range, right?
Yeah, I guess it just depends if they say a target you can see.
No, it just says
Which one is it?
slow.
Should
Because
I
I could
Open the wall,
slow
cast a
the whole
fireball.
group basically.
because that's a zone.
Yeah.
Oh, and up to how many people?
6, so 1 we would need to leave out.
That's a very good plan.
So before we bust in, we can slow the whole lot of them.
Yeah.
Like, of course, it's still like a safe, so it might not slow all of them, but
Sure. Yeah, that's a very good idea. So that would be the first action.
One more time.
So he's gonna cast slow.
You're gonna cast slow.
He's got
Which
slowly
does?
cast.
I can read it. So up to 6 creatures make a wisdom save.
Yeah.
And an affected target's speed is halved. It
Yeah.
takes -2 to AC and dexterity saving throws.
Yep.
It can't use reactions
Yep.
No.
and it can use either an action or bonus action, not both.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter what its special abilities, it can not do more than 1 melee or ranged attack during its turn,
Yep.
even if it can normally do several. If the creature attempts to cast a spell with a casting time of 1 action,
Mm-hmm.
I can roll a 1d20 on an 11 or higher.
Mm-hmm.
He can only cast it at the end of his next turn.
Would help
And
people to.
And it must use its action on its next turn to complete the spell. It cannot decide to switch its action.
Mm-hmm. That sounds debilitating.
Yes, but they get a chance for another wisdom saving throw at the end of each of their
Okay.
turns.
There's another option is
being
since
such
you
a
mentioned
dick
it's-
to enemies.
I can also do my hypnotic pattern in there because there it's
Through the wall.
yeah, it's 30. Can I have the 30? It's a square.
40.
It's a square.
A
So
30-foot
square.
radius?
It's
Or
Cube?
30-foot cube.
Okay, so that is approximately equal to a 15-foot sphere, which are these. Because there's no such thing as a cube.
So let's see.
Yeah, we could get all but one. Or all but if you want to include him,
I do.
it would be all but 2. Is it a
Well-
saving throw on that spell?
I can actually get everyone but
But 1?
it's moving. Yeah, basically everyone but one. So that would be it's also a wisdom saving throw. Yeah.
Hmm.
But then they're completely incapacitated. And one thing you guys know, and I will make sure to remind everyone if I cast it, once you hit one, they get back to consciousness. So we really have to focus on them one at a time if we're doing
Or
this.
I see.
focus on the 2 ones that are
But
not
your slow thing is...
conscious.
Maybe let's do your slow thing. That sounds
But
cooler.
I mean, the slow thing, if they are good on their saving throws,
Yeah, but that's same with me, so...
Yeah.
they get a
It's
saving throw
exactly.
each turn, or only
No,
once?
that's just once.
Because from my spell, they get a saving throw each turn,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and in the beginning once. So
Or we could do one and the other one's a failsafe.
slow is maybe we should do yours first, because for slow I can decide who is affected.
True.
You cannot.
Me, it's everyone.
Yeah.
There's no limit. It's just they just need to fit in the cube. Okay,
So yours is like a flash grenade, basically.
kind of, yeah. They just see this colorful thing and then yeah.
They're like, oh.
And this is kind of convenient because you guys are nobody's inside at this moment. So okay, let's do that.
Okay. Is
Your-
yours concentration?
no? Ah, yes,
Because slow is also concentration. So
Yeah.
if we take damage,
it is concentration. Yeah, well, the idea is to go and hit the people. Okay, so let's just all go into position.
you said they get they lose the hypnotic pattern as soon as they get damage, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
So and they can also be shaken. So if somebody goes to them and goes like this,
Hello.
that'll also wake them up.
I see. Because otherwise, I could have like put like a vitriolic sphere there, which kind of would acid spray all of them. more or
Ah, I
less.
see. Yeah, you can do that first. It's like, psh. And then they see the flame.
And then
Okay.
slow.
All right, let's not spend hours talking about this. So first, we tell the guys in. Here's what I want to do. Okay,
Yeah.
once they
And you
the
are
others.
standing in these locations?
Where are
Oh,
we?
right.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Those might be a little bit closer.
Do you want to go first in since you're
Yeah, I
the
can.
just we all agree that
You're
we,
like here because so you're closer where you're gonna cast.
and if we can, so the order of action is
Me
go with the
and-
people who are not incapacitated. Okay, first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once that's they're dealt with, then we have time actually. It's last a minute, but we focus on one target.
Unless
at a
you
time.
lose concentration.
Sure.
Me and the 2 soldiers are doing like a task force crew.
And if once we see that my spell is not working, or there's an issue,
He's my
we give you the
human
signal for
shield.
slow.
That's what it
Yeah.
looks like.
Okay, so order of action is first, those people come in loudly. Yeah?
Okay.
I observe, and ideally, if they start moving there, that would be great because then I can actually get them all in that
He's telling
queue.
you where to put them so I can slow them all down.
Because right now there's just this one I can't get. Just saying.
Mhm.
But as soon as I'm gonna wait to see what they're doing. If they're doing nothing or they're staying here, then I will cast my thing.
You're giving the orders when we have to like get in.
Yeah, yeah, I
Okay,
guess.
So we know. Oh, now they're turned around, so you guys can get in.
And then I tell all the people that we can speak to telepathically that the order of targets are to be specifically done. So if somebody's incapacitated, you don't touch them unless you're told to attack it.
And it would be great if when they turn around, they're scared, they shoot themselves too. So it's a little bit easier.
Just make it too easy.
Yeah. That's
We could do vitriolic sphere
This
first.
is the longest kicking in of a door.
yeah I've ever seen. I'm like, you know, my abilities, they're like
Let's just do it.
maybe.
Do you have
when
detect
I'm-
magic?
Yes, I do,
People with
but only as a ritual.
people with spells.
Let's find
Hold on.
Wait a minute. Wait 10 minutes.
Okay, let's just do it. And then obviously these two are the most important targets. Okay.
Just because they're black and white.
They're special.
There's
I have an idea, but
maybe it's 5. That's the most important target.
I'm whispering this not telepathically so people can hear. But I say,
Mhm.
if they're being tipped off, we could actually give a strategy to see if they react to it if they're being told somehow. The strategy that we're making now. If one of the people in our group is telling them somehow.
Oh, they're
a
like
good
crossbows, right?
The people in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Let's just watch
My
the
magic
people around
item
us. Those guards. I feel like one of them at least is.
is
Maybe they have another way of communicating with them. And this magician is doing some funky stuff. So,
arrow catching shield.
or let's just wing it and see.
That's why you're in front, right, with your arrow catching.
Yeah, that's my friend is taking all the damage, and if there are still arrows piercing through him, I'll be
Should
there
we
with
start
my
it, or-
arrow catching
Yeah.
shield.
Still thinking about vitriolic sphere.
I'm just gonna
Or I
keep
like
these
the idea that
guys
if
here.
we say we're going to do something but we don't do that, we do something else.
That's tricky. I'm not sure I understand this.
That's fine. I'm whispering it. You're not hearing it.
Okay.
Alright, let's just try. Okay. The front guys barge in.
Okay, so you instruct the front guys
Loudly.
to barge in. Loudly.
He's demolishing.
Everybody on the ground!
He's demolishing the door with his.
How good is your hearing? Perception checks.
All of us?
Fuck.
Oh, good.
Good. It's very good.
It was shit.
Do you have to add something to it?
Yeah,
Your perception modifier.
Oh. 0. Oh. 19. Without perception
Wow.
modifier.
Okay, me is 22.
Ah. Ah.
It's not a competition.
7.
Okay.
You're deaf.
You all hear the front door crash in, the sound of the barbarian roaring, raging, and breaking in the door with the portable ram. You can hear the hinges snap, and you two are able to hear crossbows going off.
So they were ready for that as well.
So there were other people.
Cries of pain come across your telepathic links. What do you do?
Okay, I'm gonna do my hypnotic pattern now.
Really?
On
Are
those?
these guys moving or?
Nope.
Don't you want to do your like damage thing so they're kind of.
I thought about casting it here, even though I don't see it.
But now our guards are gonna get.
I mean, there
Yeah.
might not be in yet, right? If they only
I think
barged
they
open
are.
the door.
Just do your slow thing.
Let's just burn the house down.
Slow on those or on those?
On our guys.
Okay.
Wait, do you have the thing to open this door?
I do. But we could also just.
But
open the
there's
other
going to be
windows.
crossbows as well.
But
So,
here we are on top
Me
of
and
like
the cleric both
stairs.
have
I need
shields,
to stumble in.
and that's why
Yeah,
both of
awkwardly.
us are behind number A, who doesn't have one.
Brave souls right here.
Yeah.
So wait, we
Brave
have
souls.
we only have 2 of them with us, right?
Yeah, one of them is a cleric.
Okay.
That's square.
Who's very insightful? Is that you?
Insightful?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm very insightful.
Okay. Just watch the guard's reaction. I look at the 2 guards with us, so A and square,
Mm-hmm.
and I say, "Okay, you 2 go through this door right now." Is one of them flinching?
No.
I mean, do an insight check.
They look a bit shaken because they're also hearing these screams.
But they will do
but
their duty.
They're doing their job.
I mean, they do this every day.
Just do an insight though. I'm gonna do an insight because I want to see if one of them is tipping them off and knows what's behind this.
21.
Okay, you're better than me.
So you don't see anything particular that like
Okay.
they're thinking real hard at the telepathically.
Okay, so I'll say there's some.
Just here, I'm gonna die.
There's an ambush waiting for us behind us. Let's take a different route. So
But you just told them to barge in.
it was a test.
So right before they hit the door.
They just barged
Okay.
in.
Probably is
They
when we
just got
open a
one
pass
arrow.
wall here.
And these guys are doing nothing. They're just not moving at all.
They're moving. Like
Okay.
they're not statues, but and they're
I should have bought grenades.
glancing, but they're
Yeah.
moving
And these 2.
Grenade.
The guy in black is kind of picking his fingers, and the white one is still casting
Yeah,
something.
I guess because when we do a pass wall here, there's like a 2-meter drop,
Yeah,
so it doesn't really make sense.
it's down the stairs.
Oh,
I
it
mean,
is
it's downstairs.
I see.
So I guess I cast slow in the moment we barge into the door.
Okay.
And
It's just
A
that they're all
dies.
gonna throw. We're gonna get 5 bolts at us.
No, A is gonna get 5.
Oh,
You could be the meat shield.
Yeah, or the cleric.
Do you have a
could be-
shield?
Yeah, of course I do.
So take a defensive position and go
Okay.
for it.
Defensive position instead of A. I tell them, you kind of look shy.
I'm right
Stay
behind you.
behind
though.
me.
I'm right behind you.
So,
Wait.
defensive position. Because
Uh-huh.
I already have
Defensive stance, yeah.
21 AC.
Yeah.
With my shield against arrows, only
Yeah.
19 against other stuff, but 21 against ranged
Oh,
attacks.
that's good.
He's got an arrow catching shield.
Yeah.
In the back.
Okay.
I hope it catches the arrows.
And you can dodge as well, which gives you. They get disadvantage at your attacks at you.
Okay.
Okay, slow.
Yes. Oh no, that's not a. I cast slow,
Which is a wisdom save.
which is a wisdom save with a save DC of 16.
16.
16. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna keep looking with my ghostly gaze to see
Who is in the slow?
everyone but this guy, right?
Slow is actually a 40-foot cube.
So everybody.
Everybody.
But there's a limit to how many.
Mm.
Oh, sorry. 6 creatures. Yes, except for
Except for number
Number
one.
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'd like, since I can see through, I want to know who's not affected by this.
You can see that visually.
Well, they're slowed down.
There's just one moving
They're not moving.
way faster.
They're not
Like,
moving, that's a good point.
"Ah."
That's a good
All
point.
the others are like,
Fine. Okay. Go.
Go. I push up the door, but still defensive stance.
Okay.
Is there like an initiative thingy or?
There is now.
Okay. We're all rolling.
So you kick open the door, and inside, which I guess you two can't see, but you can see, there's a banner in the air that says "Welcome, adventurers," and little balloons on the side go pop, and the streamers come out.
Motherfuckers.
Did I see that before?
You didn't see it with ghostly gaze.
Okay.
You have to see it actually physically.
It
Okay,
does
cool.
invisible to the guys.
But yes, roll initiative.
Oh, wow.
24.
It is that time. 24. 24 for Tizio.
What is it?
2 plus 2.
Nice.
I got it.
I'm glad you
so
cast your
minus
spell
is
already.
4, somewhere
Is there
around
something if you get crit on initiative,
There's
like
no
you
initiative
can do
crits.
2 actions in this?
I think I got a little bit of slow on myself while I cast.
Maybe on me too, because I got 5.
Uh-oh.
Great. I know.
And can you roll for these ones as well? So you got a 5?
Yeah.
Let's do it here. I don't know the exact numbers. on
That's
that side.
That's one off, no?
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter as long as they're in the right order.
Okay, okay.
I
Yeah, what's
will
their
roll for
plus?
these ones.
What's their plus on initiative? Our guys.
Your guys. Your guys have a +1 to +2 to fair.
I roll square.
But I just
It's
need
a
to know the numbers.
22.
What?
Oh,
You keep rolling 20s.
So if they have
Square
a
rolls a 22.
A rolls
so
a
20
fif-
plus I don't know what.
A rolled a 15, so plus whatever.
A is
16.
15.
shall I also
yeah.
roll for
Yeah,
those?
roll for all of your characters.
a triangle? Is a what do you say? +1 or +2?
+1 or +2, but I just need to know the roll.
Just
19.
And then 3 more, right?
Triangle is a 19.
If they're still alive.
Yeah.
15 for.
Well, you have A, B, C, D, E, yeah?
A, B, C, D.
15 for.
We don't have an E.
You have A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
15 for C.
15 for...
Didn't somebody already roll for A?
A, yes.
I don't know. What was A? 16?
It was. I think I rolled an 18. It's a lot of people. It's going to be a long combat.
Yeah, maybe.
It's 17 for B.
17 for B.
And for C, 11.
C is already rolled.
Oh,
But for D is 11.
then D is 11. Yeah.
Okay, which puts
You guys suck.
this one
I just
here.
want to make sure everybody gets a chance, and it will kill everyone.
And then
Yeah, go first.
We want to see what you're
Just
capable
chill it
of.
in the back.
and then we can consolidate.
But I suppose they all get their reaction now, since they were.
Not that they are slowed.
That's a very good point.
Hey.
Besides number 1,
Yeah, except for number 1.
and whoever succeeded there.
We don't. You don't have 1 and 2.
I don't have 1 and 2.
You have 3, 4,
I'm
and
sorry.
5.
These are question marks.
Yes, because you're not supposed to know the order.
So 1, 2.
Okay.
So we have 5 enemies, but still 2 are missing, right?
It's fine. We'll wing it.
Oh, okay.
Like those
Whatever.
guys.
Maybe?
No.
Maybe?
They're not participating in the fight.
They're down here. Look, there's a round.
There's a circle. There's a circle somewhere. So you see the welcome banner, and one fires his crossbow.
It's which one is it?
Number
One.
1.
Because he's. Oh no,
Number
the slow
one.
doesn't affect
Ah.
me.
He's not affected by the slow.
But for attacks, it doesn't really matter.
I don't like
So
this
he
situation.
takes his reaction.
Oh, he doesn't have an. Oh, he's not affected by slow, yeah.
16 to hit. Does not hit.
Mm-mm.
Can you catch the arrow?
Yeah,
Send it back.
I just catch it
Isn't that a
and
monkey?
crack it in 2,
Arrow catching shield.
and then just I don't care.
That's so cool.
Shoot another one if you want to.
Uh-huh. And then you start in
No, it just like bounces off like. "Ding."
combat order.
That's
Okay.
you.
That's me. What
Fitting.
am I gonna do?
Yeah.
You're staring down people with crossbows pointed at you. One of them just fired it. There's a nice welcome banner.
So opportunity.
No,
How
forget
do-
opportunities. Just
If you have 2 people next to you, they have like plus attack, right?
No.
They don't.
that you don't have flanking rolls if you're on each
On-
side of you.
Oh, on.
There's no flanking in D&D.
Really?
5e.
Really? I
Okay.
use it in.
It's
all.
Nice. I'll
Unless
go
it's
just in
specifically
the
written.
middle of.
Yeah, unless it's specifically.
So
written.
I have.
Is it a house rule? Because in almost all the games I play, they get advantage if they're flanking.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Look it up.
Okay.
As far as I
25
know,
foot
their flanking was
walking.
taken out and
25 foot. It's 5 cases, right? It's 5 foot per.
each one is
case.
5
Okay.
in every direction.
So I go back. 1, 2, 3. So I'm like next to the wall here.
Mhm.
Oh. They're slowed, right? But they're not like the
We-
spell that you wanted to use.
Not yet, no.
They're not slapped.
Just
They're
fight.
not slapped.
We also
So I'll just try to hit him. Ooh, I don't think it works. It would be 10.
To hit?
No, yeah, 10, but I think he has some AC. So
Yeah. Yes. He
yeah.
has more than 2.
So I have like this extra attack. You can attack twice whenever you take the attack action. So I have to roll it twice, or
Yeah.
do I have? Okay.
Each attack you roll.
Not better. 12.
12 does not hit.
So I did a good
They get
impression
-2 to
catching
AC. Those who are slow.
Yeah.
right?
catching the
Wait,
arrow, but
Who
they're
are you
not
attacking?
scared of
Okay,
me.
number 5.
Leather
Number
armor is
5.
13 plus stuff.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, 2 and 4. It's not.
Right. That's unlucky.
Yeah.
Square.
Yeah.
Runs in like a brave soul.
How far?
It can go up to 30. So runs to 4 and attacks
So
With his
flank-
mace.
with her mace. Yes.
flanking. There are no flanking rules as default, but the DM's handbook gives a couple of options.
Yes, which I don't.
Okay.
use. And hits. Showing up your warrior.
Ding.
Wow, max damage. 9 damage to number 4.
Yeah, boy.
And then
Very
triangle.
powerful woman.
Triangle does something.
Okay.
We don't know.
Number 5 then goes.
Is he slow?
He's slowed and fires his crossbow at Drizio.
Is that disadvantage
Such a
or
dick.
No.
do you want us to discuss things like this, or do you prefer that we just let it run
I
in
mean-
the background?
Go for it. If you want to do that, I prefer just to roll with it.
No,
as
that's
far
fine.
as I know, attacking ranged in melee range does not provoke disadvantage and does not provoke any attacks of opportunity in 5e. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. But there are feats that allow you to use your reaction to attack someone who uses a ranged attack in your reach.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that. I know there's one for mages. If you cast a spell within reach of a mage slayer, they're able to use a reaction to make an attack.
So he's shooting an arrow at me.
Yes,
Okay.
point blank.
But that's really not a disadvantage.
It is, because there's a crossbow expert feat. If you have it,
Yeah.
being within 5 feet of a hostile creature doesn't impose disadvantage on your range attack roll,
Then there you go. Then it
Yeah.
is a disadvantage.
unless he's got the
It's
crossbow
like-
expert.
no.
But it's not for all. So if they had a bow,
I think it's the same. It's all ranged attacks
All ranged attacks.
have disadvantage at close range,
There you go.
including spells, by the way.
then I stand corrected.
But they can have those feats that allow them to still do it.
And misses terribly.
He can take a
It would
wisdom
have
save
been like-
throw now.
And fails.
Okay.
Really hard to hit me. Because I have
Hey.
this feat. It's called Defensive Duelist. And so when someone
Mhm.
hits me, I can add 4 to my AC as a reaction.
Oh.
Where does
So it would be like 25 AC.
Yeah, if they hit. Yeah.
where does she want to go? A.
She wants to go hit right in the middle. She's shy,
5-2.
but she's seeing her
Here.
allies going to combat. Yeah, just
Here?
right in the middle.
Yeah.
And
He
tries
looked
to
shy,
hit,
but
tries to hit 5.
5 is
a
gonna
club.
die.
5 has a -2 to AC
Yes, he does.
because it's slow.
Oh, fine.
All of
Okay.
them except for number 1 has a -2 to AC. Because
Nice.
all of them except for number 1 are slow.
Have to hit.
Well, you don't know about white and black, but
Yeah.
What?
11 plus 1 is 12 to hit, which does not hit.
What did you? If now
Did
I
he?
would, for example, I would move from here to here. Would he get an opportunity attack?
No,
you have
it's
to leave range of.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you like stay within 5
Yeah,
feet,
yeah,
you
yeah,
don't
okay.
It's moving out of range.
Okay.
B does some stuff. Number 3 shoots at A.
Don't shoot at my
It's,
friend.
So A is here
With
actually, right?
disadvantage.
I mean, if A is there, it's not a disadvantage.
It's not.
Did she not move all the way up?
I mean, depends on what
There
way
is
you want
like
to.
Is 3 here or
There's-
here?
No, it's
Place
here.
him. Just
There
place
is
him.
like
Yeah,
10
Okay.
feet to.
Misses anyway.
Okay.
Oh.
Can make a
They're
wisdom
as bad
save.
as me with
Yeah.
a sword.
Fails. C.
That's
Does
in
some
front of
stuff.
him.
2 attacks A. And crits.
Oh.
Poor A.
Yeah, probably for A.
There is this.
He was
DM.
like, "Oh, no one touched my friend, so I'm gonna go in too." Goes
A,
in and gets hit by all the arrows that might really reach.
A
him.
drops.
Oh fuck.
What?
Yes.
Drops unconscious?
Yeah.
Wow, that was fast.
Hey, it's really weak. I'm just looking at that. Shouldn't have picked this fight.
It didn't have a choice.
D does stuff. 4 shoots at Terzo.
It would have disadvantage
Is it?
because it's engaged with square.
Oh man, we're gonna crit too. But misses.
Oh no.
Number 1 drops the crossbow and draws a short sword and steps around
Here?
to go for steps around to go for square.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay. They're all like together, nicely packed. An area of
But
effect
so
would be perfect
so
there.
wait, he got out of my area. Oh, he wasn't.
No, he
yeah.
No, he entered it. Well, actually, no, he didn't.
No,
he never
he-
entered it.
He never was.
And does not hit.
Should I just move A out of
No.
the thing because it's kind
Yes.
of?
Hold on.
Is there like
It's me. Oh,
a death save for him, or is he just unconscious?
So technically, yes, there's a death save,
And,
and you make the death saves progressively. But normally in combat, you just assume that people die.
oh,
unless it's players. Yeah.
okay.
Unless it's like-
So
Hey, he looked shy. He
Unless
was
you
shy. He
have-
died shy.
unless you have an active will in saving these people. For example, like, oh, I want to go put a potion in his mouth next turn, type of thing. Save A. Do it.
okay. 1 is still is not slow, right?
One's
Everybody
also-
is. Everybody else is.
And they're failing their saves miserably.
Okay, so I'm gonna take on 5, and I'm gonna, as a bonus action, I'm gonna hex it, which gives me an extra d6, and then I'm gonna attack it with my weapon, which is plus 9. That's 19.
Definitely hits.
Good. Now I'm gonna roll a lot of dice.
What did you do?
I attack with my greatsword.
Oh.
So let's see. That's 5, 6, 10, and losing track. What do I have? Oh yeah, 10, 15 with my plus 5, and then I get an extra wound.
How much in total so far?
Now I'm at 17.
And who are you attacking?
5.
He's dead.
He's dead. Good. Then I
What did you hit with? Like your great sword, or
like this.
You just
sliced
take
him into 2? I
Yeah.
have no target anymore.
And
Sad.
then I can still use my move. Hallo.
Hallo. Von einem den
Ja, ich schaffe Tür.
Das kann ich. Alles klar.
I just moved last move there, and then I attack. Who's this number? 2 or
2.
6? 2. Okay. I attack 2. Ugh, it's a 1. I don't think that hits.
Not really.
Critical.
Critical miss.
And that's my turn.
Okay, then we're on to Magnus.
Um,
Big moves.
I could even go
Big
to the toilet if I
spells.
wanted to. I have plenty of time.
I'll cast Vitriolic Sphere, which gets everyone but us. If I can see that correctly.
Like square.
Yeah, square should not be in, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's a dexterity saving throw for each of them.
Mm-hmm.
Is that okay if I raise my spectre when I kill the other one?
Sure, go for it.
With a DC 16.
DC 16 Dex saving throw.
Yes.
2, 3. 3 fails. Is it only for enemies?
For everyone.
For everyone,
But you
including
put this
like
fear.
square
But-
and
No,
No.
square was not in there.
Aha! Oh, aren't you tricky? Look at that, huh? Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm.
He knows placement.
that's good placement. 4
Placement
fails.
of s-
and white fails.
And who succeeded?
Everybody else.
They take only half damage.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 10d4. Let me start.
Um,
While you're counting that,
I just have one thing to add. So I rolled initiative for my spectre.
yes.
So when the guy died, I said, "Rise and repent." And then the spectre rised, and his name is Hector the Spectre.
Hector the Spectre, very good.
And he had the 6 initiative.
And a 6. If I remember, you were a 4 and a 5.
5, yeah.
I was, yeah, he
Right.
definitely has more than me. So.
You can go on your turn.
Okay.
Or just before your turn.
Yeah.
However you want to place him.
That's
Or-
fine.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So for everyone that failed, that's 23 acid damage.
Yep.
And for every
23 acid.
Jetzt
Es hat da drin.
ja, ich wollte es ja nicht kaputt.
Ja,
yeah, for everyone that failed, 23. For everyone that succeeded, 11.
Wow, congratulations.
What? I didn't even hit an enemy. I don't like
So-
this game
so,
anymore.
Those guys
Fights
get
are-
11, right? Unless they have some kind of
11 or 23, I mean, or the
The right, I never gave you your card. That's for you. The illusion drops. The banner fades. And
Oh.
this one's eyes turn from milky white back to normal color. No longer concentrating on his spell.
So are they still buddies, or that was all an illusion? The people we
Their
fought.
bodies.
Okay,
You
so
killed them all.
we still fought people. Okay.
So the illusion was only the banner.
It was just a banner in the streamers saying
Whoa.
"Welcome Adventurers."
Why did he
I don't know.
waste his concentration on that?
And
He wanted to make a joke, but he saw that it didn't work out like he
The
And-
wanted.
draw was an illusion, or does he
and-
run inside?
Mm-mm.
yeah, I'm trying to.
Ah, sorry.
Uh,
Yeah.
And upon being in danger, taking damage, or causing into an effect that he does not like, a drow appears here.
Same as before?
Same as before.
That's fine.
With a wide-brimmed hat with green feathers around it, very elegantly dressed, and claps and says, "Wow, what a dramatic entrance! Doesn't everybody love a dramatic entrance?"
Of course.
It is back to Terzio.
Do you want to take away the enemies that we killed, or
Yes, I will.
and our friends that died too?
Uh,
Poor A.
We don't know yet. We don't know.
You don't know about these yet?
Yeah, we don't know, but
Do we hear fighting on the
like
other side?
You don't.
we
Okay.
know. Poor A died.
We could actually ask them on the mic.
Hey, still
On the radio.
Still alive? 1212.
It's safe to assume that those two are not slowed, right?
It's safe to assume that.
Okay. Okay. So he's just talking right now, or we're
He
still
just
in...
he just talked.
You can take this one. I don't know if you see them from where we are, but he's dead too. Our
He is,
ally.
yeah. It's true.
Shy little A.
I was gonna give him a potion. I'm kidding.
Oh no!
So, does it look like an illusion or?
No, I don't think so. So wait, he talked to us. We have a chance to just have a conversation here, or we're still
It's
fighting?
Terzio's turn.
Okay.
So you saw him teleport in before you,
Yeah.
Your call.
maybe as a reaction to something happening, and has said this line.
Do you guys instantly have a like, oh, let's have a conversation, or is it more like?
It's up
We
to
don't.
you.
We don't have time to tell you
It's your
anything. It's
turn.
entirely
What do
up
you
to
do?
you.
Okay, so I move up
If you feel like charging, you charge. If you feel like talking, you talk.
and I swing my sword at him.
Okay. Roll to attack.
20.
Ooh.
Roll for
So
damage. You double the number of dice that you roll. Any static modifiers, any +3 or whatever, doesn't get doubled. Just the amount of dice that you roll.
so I still have to roll and
Yeah,
then
and
but
you,
twice.
But you roll double the amount of dice.
So what's your normal damage?
1d8 plus 6 plus 1d4.
So you're gonna roll 2d8 and 2d4,
Mm-hmm.
and I did plus
So
6.
8 and 1
9.
plus
There you go. It's average.
2 And
11,
1
12. That's, yeah, 12.
Plus 6.
plus 6
18.
plus 4.
Why plus 4?
Oh no, plus 6. So this is
18.
18. And
Yeah.
then I roll again.
Okay, second attack.
13 plus 8. So it would be 21
To hit.
to hit.
Does that hit?
So a flash of steel appears before you. You're forced to re-roll your previous attack.
The
What?
first one.
Yes.
You made him roll all the hits, all the damage. It's a 1. That's funny. That's.
So
Do I still get my second attack or
you
not?
still get your second attack. Yeah.
Ah.
But you rolled it already. You did a 21, was it?
Yeah. Oh, was my attack my second attack before? Did they?
So after rolling for damage, he
So
can
my
use his
second
reaction.
attack. Okay.
Yeah. But since
But
you
my
hadn't said it, he had
second
already
attack,
rolled the second
I,
attack.
I rolled 21 on my second attack.
Is a hit.
Okay,
so you
so I
can do
just
damage.
rolled the damage. So 4 plus
Plus
6,
six, 10.
10 plus 1, 11 damage.
That's not as bad.
And he has a wound he can heal, right?
Yeah. So he can't.
The one.
What do you have?
So at the start of it, each of the wounded creature's turns, it takes an extra d4 necrotic. Alright, so you don't roll it yet, do you?
They can then make a DC 15 Constitution. Oh, okay, yeah.
So he doesn't get the 1 yet, it's only on his turn.
Yeah. So he only gets 10 damage.
Okay.
And then he gets.
But we have to remember
Do you have
that
to re-roll the 1d4 every time, every start
Yeah.
of his turn?
yeah, every
Okay.
every turn for each wound he gets to roll.
So I
a
don't
d4.
roll it once and then it's 3, 3, 3 or 2.
And he gets to the.
You'll need to keep track of that.
Yeah.
You keep track of it, okay? How many wounds he's got? You're gonna
Oh,
remember?
how many wounds he's got?
You're gonna remember?
Yeah.
Because otherwise he will not get the damage.
Pretty much. Square.
If you want him to.
No,
Then you
just
have
keep
to
track of
say-
your wounds,
yeah,
and I will
yeah.
keep track of my wounds.
Okay. But can you stack wounds?
Yeah, you can.
Oh.
Okay. So that anything else you're doing?
No, I'm good.
Then square goes up here and says something about holy smiting and does not holy smite anything.
Maybe a little bit of the wall.
Yeah. Triangle does stuff. BCD does stuff. Assuming something is happening over there.
Do we hear
Uh,
shouting
circle.
or something like that?
You do not.
Spectre.
Oh, Spectre.
Mm-hmm.
Hector, the Spectre,
Hector.
is going to give a hand. What's his move? Oh, fly of 50. So he can even go through walls.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna go here and attack the spellcaster with Life Drain.
Yes.
Ah, God. That is 19.
To hit? Yes.
Okay, so it has to do a Constitution saving throw DC 10.
Mm-hmm. Succeeds.
11. Ooh, very nice. 15 damage.
Ouch.
Necrotic damage. But it retains its max hit points.
That's good, I guess. You're taking 15 damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now it's my turn. So I'm gonna move my hex to this guy. That's my bonus action.
Mm-hmm. Which does
It just moves my hex to it. That's all.
a marker.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gonna say something?
It was just like everybody that failed the save on the acid splash is
Yeah.
already dead, right?
Mm,
Or did
No,
wizard?
Yes, pretty much.
Those two both succeeded, right?
Yes.
Otherwise, they take even more damage. But yeah. So at the end of the next turn, they take an additional acid damage.
So white failed the. It was a dex save.
Yes.
Yeah, white failed the dex save.
Then it gets another at the end of its turn, which was.
It didn't play
Which
yet.
has not yet occurred yet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just saying.
Sure.
Well, you keep track of that.
Yeah, if you were keeping track of all of this, you'd go crazy. Okay, so I moved there and now I'm gonna attack it. So that's
With your greatsword.
with my greatsword. So that's
Mhm.
gonna be 23.
Hits.
Okay. 3, 5, that's 10. And 16 damage
Mm-hmm.
on the first one. And the second attack is not so great, it's 11.
Damage.
No,
To
to
hit.
hit.
Does not hit.
Yeah, okay. So I probably hit with my first one. It got lodged on the wall. It's like, and I missed the second one.
Ah, very good. Magus. Still outside the room.
Yeah, he just
Um,
made the spell and then stayed outside.
It's got an extra wound.
Looks safer here.
and I'm
Wanna come in?
gonna I'm gonna look in through the door, see what's going on, and I'll cast chromatic orb on the drow. Could I actually do that, or is he hidden behind Erdan and Terzio?
Do you just need to see him?
I just need to see him, yeah.
You can see him.
Okay, so I basically take up my diamond, and you see it light up in red, and then like a streak of fire comes out of it, and I'm going to roll for an attack, which is, oh my god, 20. Not crit, but
Hits, yeah.
so he takes 3d8 damage, which is 3, 9, 16 fire damage.
That's a lot of damage.
And then I swiftly
Get the fuck out.
move a little bit out of sight again.
Oh, you.
Squishy wizards.
That was a chromatic.
I mean, he has so many targets in front of him. I don't know why he would try to, like, come to you.
Yeah, that's right.
But you never know.
You never know.
But if he teleports, he probably teleports outside, so it will be next to you anyway.
Yeah, true.
Mhm.
Let's see.
Whose turn? Back at the top.
After Magus, we're back at the top. So the wizard,
That's a nice initiative.
Who's gonna get
Yeah.
acid damage now?
At the end of its turn.
End of its turn.
at the
okay.
end of his turn,
I can already roll for it. Because it's
When does he
Double
just
offense.
do the
Okay.
saving roll?
So, yeah.
Sure.
What saving roll?
Because if he does a saving roll, can't he stop the acid damage?
No, I don't think so.
No?
no, it's unconditional.
He already saved for it. And failed.
Because the wounded you can take it. They say at the beginning of
Yeah,
the
but they're all
turn.
different, you know. They're
But at the beginning of the turn, I give the damage. But when does he do the saving throw?
at
Before
the end of his turn.
end of his turn.
Yeah.
I see.
The mage casts.
At disadvantage. If it's an attack.
You have disadvantage.
He does. If
okay.
it's a range attack, that is.
No, it's a dex saving throw.
Okay, then that's fine.
As lightning emits from his hand. Over there, Erdan, Terzio, and Square takes
Wow, dex saving
half
throw.
damage on failed saves, so it
What-
doesn't matter what it is. He dies.
What's the DC?
The DC is 16.
Oh, I fail.
Same as you.
So what's the damage you say? 16?
No, DC was 16.
Oh, sorry.
That's like a lot of dice. That's. Is he re-rolling for the best he can do?
No. You
Oh,
take-
6, 6, and 6. 18.
It's 8d6. 26 damage.
Okay.
26
on
damage.
on a failed save, or 13 if you succeeded.
Which we all failed. So, remind me
To not.
how the concentration thing works, because I have a concentration
half
spell.
of the
on-
damage or 10, whatever's higher.
half of the
Wait,
damage or
20
10.
what? 26?
Yeah.
You said?
So it's gonna be
DC
13.
yeah.
Okay.
Fuck.
Okay, so my hex falls.
Okay. No longer hexed. That's good, I guess. And then
He takes 12 damage.
he takes 12 damage. Wait, has taken a total of 27 damage so far.
Is it also a drow, by the way, or?
The caster is not a drow.
Okay.
He is a redbeard.
Mm.
Sorry
Is
for
he
not
a Redbeard drow?
giving him an introduction earlier. He has a black robe, stark red beard, sort of a pale face. Yeah.
Okay.
And it is your favorite guy's turn.
Funnily, my hit points is 72 out of 73. Because I had my armor. It's all, my armor is gone though, so the ice
Yeah.
took most of it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Made 68 out of 94.
Being a mage slayer, invokes his ring.
Fuck.
And pops there.
Oh no.
So it's like a blink type of thing,
Pretty
or step.
Misty step. And draws his longsword out, giving you a hit.
Told you he could still see you.
But first,
You should have gone
make
further
a
away.
make a deception roll.
Ah, is that okay?
11.
You are caught off guard, allowing him to sneak attack you.
What does it mean?
You die.
You
No.
get more damage.
Which means he gets an extra 7d6.
7?
Wait, what's the
Wait, and that, did you just 7d6?
what's the attack roll?
Extra. That's on top of the normal damage.
He hasn't attacked yet.
But you will.
His attack is.
You fall.
You wanna come? You wanna come look? You should come look, because this is important.
And it's only 6s.
Oh no! It's a 20.
So it's double.
Why does he have 2 dice? Is this because?
Because he attacks with advantage, because he caught him off guard.
Oh.
From,
I wanna off guard.
From insightful fighting.
So it gives advantage and sneak attack?
Yeah. So
He's
his sword glows
bitch.
with bloodthirsty energy. Its Vorpal blade crossing across you.
Your neck. You
I
lose
don't-
your head.
I don't play with the instant death rule,
Wait,
so it's only another 5d6.
crits cannot be armor class, right? Like it doesn't
What's
matter
your
my
AC?
armor class.
What's your AC?
It could be 21.
Okay. so
Wait,
he's
when
got,
you take damage.
No, a crit is always a hit.
But he's got a 27 to attack
Okay.
anyway. But yeah, a
So
natural 20 is always
when you
good.
take damage, you have to take the AC away.
No, it's just to
Okay.
hit.
But yeah,
I was
usually
Oh, I would have
Vorpal.
less damage.
So if a
than
Vorpal attacks and gets a natural 20, you slice one head off. Normally. But I don't play with that rule.
Fortunately, because
that would be terrible.
you're thinking,
Roll a new character.
that wouldn't happen anyway, right?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, that won't happen.
It's only 5%.
8, so 13. Plus the normal damage is 1d8. For a total of 10 from the sword itself, 13 from the Vorpal, and 24 from the sneak attack.
Wait, was the 24 the total?
No, that's the
that's
plus.
breaking it down. The total is 47 damage.
What? How much HP do you have?
What did you say? 47?
47.
No, you're still alive, come on. Still
Are you happy?
You took a.
You took a good hit.
From a
That'd be-
Vorpal longsword.
Maybe like a lame buff or something. Don't worry, we have lots of potions.
That is brutality.
We'll put
Is a potion a reaction or an action?
connection.
And then, Terzio.
So I go.
What? You don't want to go help our mage who's
Wait.
dying?
Problem is, when I run away, he gets an attack of opportunity as well.
Oh, you can disengage.
Disengage
Oh,
run
true.
away.
I can disengage. But I mean, then he can just teleport up to me next turn.
Yes. How does he look, by the way, in terms of health and damage? Does he look pretty
He's taken
beat?
a couple solid hits.
He looks pretty beat up.
Yeah.
So I think I have 2 attacks that won't hit, but 14 and 13.
Do not hit.
If you still have move a bit out of the way. Give me some room.
I don't.
You don't have 30 move?
No, I have 25.
Don't you have fly 50 feet?
I have 25.
Yeah, but he
I
wasn't
can
flying.
Yeah, but
And indoors, yes.
I have 25. I don't have 30.
Kind of hover a foot above the ground and call it flying.
Well, it's with
And-
wings, so it's like a lot of heavy flapping.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
So you're done?
I just want to see. I could like give you 9 HP back, but I don't know if that would be very useful.
I mean, 9 is better than none.
But then,
But
yeah,
then
I have to use short rest, and I didn't lose any. Oh yeah, I did lose. So I use as bonus action. I use short rest.
Short rest?
No, a second wind.
Short rest.
Second wing. That's
Se-
only for you, no?
I have rallying cry, so up to 3 allies that I can see within 60 feet regain 9 HP.
Ah, cool.
So you regain 9 HP, you regain 9 HP too,
Hey, I'm back to max.
yeah,
I'm not.
and I regain 1d10 plus 9, so 4 plus 9, 13. So I make this little bird sound, and everybody feels just a little bit comforted, but
Yeah.
not that much.
You're like, guys,
And they're like, oh, I already feel better.
actually, can you make the sound?
I don't know. Hey, what? Yeah.
So you're rallied.
I rallied. Everybody seems a little bit happier, but
We forgot. On his turn, he takes wound damage.
yeah, 1d4.
And he's got a wound from me as well. So it's 2 from me.
2 for me.
And he gets to roll
DC 15 for me.
same constitution saving throw.
Once for each, or
No, just once. And if he succeeds, all the wounds
Mhm.
stop.
Constitution. Yeah, it's an 8.
Okay, so they're still there.
So if I hit him again, he's wounded. There's 2 wounds on him.
Yeah, you keep adding more every time. But you have to hit for that.
Yeah, true.
Okay, who's next?
Like
Triangle.
triangle.
Who's
Goes
that?
to circle.
Okay. Circle is gonna attack again the guy. Or is it the
Where are
woman?
B, C, and
The
D?
guy, yeah.
They're still shouting.
We don't know.
You don't hear anything from the front room.
Can I move
Oh,
this a bit?
yeah.
That's gonna
Wah.
hit. It's a big number.
Big numbers hit.
It's a 27. Yeah.
It's a big number.
DC saving throw 10.
DC saving throw.
Sorry, Constitution DC 10.
You rolled a 16.
So he succeeds. 6, 7, 8 points of damage. And I guess it's my turn. Is there
Indeed.
any way for me to attack this guy, or is it completely blocked from the door?
How much can you move?
I can move 30. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can get here.
Yeah.
Does
Looks
that-
like you're in adjacent space.
Okay, because I'm not sure how wide the door is. That's why. Okay. Bonus action. I'm gonna curse it. Curse him.
The door.
Him.
Yeah.
He's
It's
cursed.
the door.
Yeah.
I say words he does not understand.
He feels cursed.
Oh, what's that feeling?
Hexblades.
Hexblade's curse. Yeah. This is Hexblade's curse.
Okay.
And I will attack it. That is 16.
Hits.
Nice. Okay.
16 hits.
4,
It's cursed, right?
14.
That gives you.
No, it just gives me more damage, but not. And 19s are crits, but so 16 is my total.
Set it anyway. He has AC 17.
So it doesn't hit then. Okay. Then I attack again. That is 17. This one hits. So 5, 10.
He has not used his reaction. And so. Doo-doo.
Yes.
He can take. He's already used the other one.
What other
Can't
one?
use that. Yeah, so he can't force you to reroll, but he can have your damage. How much damage was it?
Total damage is 19.
19. He's halved as he tries to deflect it.
Alright. Have it your way. That is the end of my turn.
Magnus.
Uh,
Big. He's looking bloody.
Yeah. I was
Yes.
just like fight or flight.
I didn't touch him once. Oh yeah, I did. There
Um,
would be no.
I'm gonna toll the
Extra
dead on
damage.
him,
All the dead.
2 wounds on
which
him.
is a wisdom saving throw 16.
I couldn't even tell. Oh, not 20. So. It's good dice. It's good dice to tell you. Dragon dice. Buy them.
Don't worry, you're useful most of the time.
Yeah, that was my turn.
Really?
Yeah, I cannot do anything as a bonus action.
Bonus.
Okay. It's unfortunate.
Like chug it. No.
Oh wait, I can actually do something as a
Oh,
bonus
sorry. Were
action.
you casting?
This is a.
This is a cantrip.
You're casting.
It's a vocal somatic.
Uh-oh. But he uses
You're
reaction.
dead.
He already used his reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just check what Mage Slayer says. I might have to use reaction for that.
Mage Slayer? Oh, yeah, it's
Yeah.
most likely a reaction.
Yeah, you can use a reaction to make melee weapon attack against a creature. Ooh!
You could actually, you could run away. He's using a reaction.
Ah, because he doesn't have an attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I have a movement of 30 feet. Or shall I run inside?
Yeah,
There's a
so
mage
the other
there.
one attacks you. Oh, a new target.
There you go.
Need it.
And there are no houses anymore.
Wide
Blank
open.
street, wide open. It's the
Plaza.
marketplace.
Yes.
So I was here.
Yep.
I'm gonna do. Yeah, let's do this.
Bye-bye.
And then Magnus. So, back to number 2.
Which is the mage, was it?
It's the mage.
Wait,
The mage is not having any of this.
I always feel like having two people right next to each other is a bad
Something like
idea. For like area
It's always
spells
like
and
this.
stuff like
No,
that.
no, then it don't see my spells.
I always feel like having two people
So I
right
can
next
move
to
them
each
out of the
other is a
way.
bad
Oh,
idea
yeah, we
for
do it
like
area
this.
spells.
perfect.
True. But
Like
it's,
when they all died because of the acid spell.
yeah, when they have such things.
Yeah.
Right, so the mage is not having any of this. Casts a spell. It's teleport. Book. And use a reaction to. Okay.
Did you have damage on him, on the mage?
No, I didn't. Like this
Acid?
round?
Ah, yeah,
Is
acid
it
damage.
not the
He took acid damage in the beginning, yeah.
But
And we'll
now
take it
it's
at the
his
end of his
turn.
turn. And on his turn, he casts teleport. No, the
He-
mage
No.
The mage.
casts teleport. Okay.
So he would get
And so now he
more
gets
damage?
acid damage somewhere, wherever he is.
Oh, yeah. No, he only takes acid damage once.
Ah, okay, it's just
Alright.
once. Yeah.
Wait, let me check.
Yeah,
yes.
probably.
Yes.
Not
yes.
continuously until he does.
No,
Boring.
not continuously. Only on the next turn, and then it's
Okay.
sizzled in.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's done?
That was the mage. Yes.
Alright.
Preparing my 1d4 for the next one.
And the drow says, "You are costing me a lot of money." It invokes his helm, which does something
It's his turn now, so we need to roll damage for his wound.
at the beginning, right?
2. He's bleeding out.
And an extra 4. And
Ouch.
and he can do DC 15 con saving throw.
But that's at the end.
Yeah. Well, it
DC
doesn't.
15 con saving throw at the end of his turn.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It doesn't.
So
Uh,
6 damage. Total.
So luckily you damaged him, which is super.
So he doesn't regenerate his special abilities?
So he can use fade away.
Oh, so
And is
he
invisible.
can.
But that's not from an attack.
Immediately after you take damage, you can use a reaction to magically become invisible until the end of your next turn, until you attack, deal damage, or force someone else to make a saving throw. It's just damage.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's now invisible,
Damn it.
right? And then does something.
You got true sight?
No.
Damn it.
Does he do something or is it?
Yes, he does something.
We're still in initiative?
But he's invisible, so I mean, if you can cast like an area spell, for example, maybe he didn't. Maybe you thought he went that way, so you cast it in that direction. You cast one in that direction.
So I just like
You can
hit
do
him.
something.
I just walk around hitting in front of me with my sword.
Yeah.
Where are you at?
I can write down where he's going. Based on his movement speed and directionality. And yeah, if you don't catch him this round, you probably won't catch him. That was him, Totio.
So I start like
You know that he couldn't move through you.
okay.
You've blocked the doorway with you in there now.
So we'll scream at you. Well, we don't have to scream. Cover this alley. You cover this one.
So-
I cover this one.
Oh, you want me to go there?
Yeah. Just go for straight there while sway, like
Two,
flailing
three,
your.
4, 5. I'm like swinging, just like.
Yeah.
Nothing.
You swing and don't hit anything.
I feel kind of stupid, but it's alright. It's for the good cause.
You can fly too, by the way.
Yeah.
Now that we're outside, just keep that in mind. Okay, whose turn is it now?
My XP.
Okay, so he's just gonna move here. I'm gonna move.
If he's
So
a
this guy's
spectre, he
alright.
can see people who are invisible.
I'm gonna move here.
If he's a spectre, can he see people that are invisible?
Can you spectre see people who are invisible?
My spectre?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Can you cast anything yourself to be able to see invisible?
It's just got dark vision.
Not true sight, yeah.
Nope.
Too bad there's no fairy fire, huh?
Okay, so it's my turn. I'm gonna cast something. I move here.
Yep.
Or actually, as far as I can. I was here, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep.
And I don't feel like he's here at all, right?
You don't run into him, no.
Cone of cold,
Kind of cool. Which
60 feet cone.
Unfortunately, does not show him.
Damn it.
But a proper use of distance. Agnes? Big money, big money?
Yeah, happy we moved out of that zone, huh?
Yeah.
Look at that perfect placement.
No, inside too, why not? I mean, this is a building, it's not gonna do
Yeah, I
anything.
mean, if you go rules as intended, it will probably explode there, so the walls would,
True. Okay,
block it.
I don't know what you're casting. So.
which we'll experience again,
Oh, acid.
acid.
Which is a 20-foot radius sphere.
Yes.
It's becoming like some elemental zone, you know, like cold on the ice on
The
Right.
buildings
one
are, the
side.
walls are all molten. It's
So
The
if
wood.
he's in
How
that
to
cone right
destroy.
now, he's
saving throw.
saving for him, yeah.
Of what type?
Dex.
Oh boy. Rogues love dex saving throws, don't they? Unless they roll like that. So a 7 plus 9 is a 16.
He makes it.
What?
It's
It's a
DC
15.
16.
Oh no!
And half.
15
It's
or
still half,
is it-
right?
But that's half damage.
And it's half damage. Oh yeah, sorry, I should have already used them.
He's got 13 HP, so don't kill him.
Or do.
No,
Or
with,
do,
not
yeah.
with these throws.
What?
What? 1, 1, 1? Okay, that's good. 2. This is all
Maybe
half.
at the end
Right?
it's
Yeah.
gonna be.
It's going up.
Ooh,
One,
it's
one,
going
one,
up.
two, two, three,
Four.
four. Ah.
How many did
How many do you have? 10.
Yeah.
I think it's alright.
Yeah, but it's half. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 17, 21, 22, 11.
11.
He said
He
13
has
points.
2 HP left.
11.
How much?
He has 2 HP left.
But
And
does
he loses invisibility?
He loses invisibility.
It's
because
like,
he's been damaged.
Where is he?
And you see him perched about 15 feet up that wall.
Which one? This one?
Above that side of the building, yeah.
Let's say here.
Yeah,
He's up in the air.
Can he still move when he has 2
Yes,
HP?
So HP is a measure of not only your physical condition, but also
Yeah.
like just luck that may be running out, how much the gods are in your favor,
Oh,
etc.,
really?
etc.
Okay.
So yes, you can
Still-
move around
he's
at 1
still
HP.
wounded, so.
Yeah, when it's his turn. It's his turn actually
Which is, this guy is off doing something. It's his turn.
now. So we're giving him a bunch of damage. So now
Because it's like bleeding out
At the
completely.
beginning of his turn.
Yeah.
Brutal. Absolutely
3,
brutal.
1.
So he drops
You
off
can.
the wall to the ground, which is sad times. But, as he does so, I know this isn't one. He gets away. As he does so, you notice and hear what sounds like fireworks in the city, and you see red flares go up from various
Uh-oh.
places. You have a dead dark elf in front of you.
First thing I'm gonna do is like
Loot.
I rush to him
Yes.
and I really look at him intensely. I look at all his features and
My brother.
no. And I kind of take I change shape a little bit. I take his skin's color for a while. I take actually his full appearance for a while, and then I regain Erdan's appearance. That's for me the
I'm
way
still
to
like kind of swinging my sword, not realizing that. Oh, there he is.
Yeah. And I'm like, let's loot him.
Yeah.
He looks like he seems to have some cool enchanted items. Let's drop him naked. But maybe we should check on our guys.
Yeah.
Hello, hello. Well, they're dead.
Anybody out there?
That's fast.
So if you are going through to that side,
We'll probably bring him in actually.
yeah. Okay.
By the way, this acid thing, nicely done.
Finally,
That was.
he steps for the first time in the bar because he never stepped in before.
Yeah, seriously.
So,
Oh, that's
Quaint.
nice.
so do we get like a few rounds?
Why is there so much
So
acid
you're out of
on the wall?
initiative now.
Are we out of initiative?
Uh,
Okay.
When the next time critical thing happens, I'll be sure to inform you.
Okay. So I'll say someone can someone check. Maybe you can check the guys in the other room.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm gonna start looting this guy.
I come
whack
over
him.
there. What
Yeah.
do I see of triangle B, C, and D?
You do not see any of them.
They're not even there.
No.
There's nobody.
There's signs of a fight.
Is there like blood? A lot
Yes.
of blood.
There's blood on the floor.
And there's neither the archers there or there
No.
are. Okay.
The front room. Oh, actually, I have the front room.
Da-da-da.
The front room is empty.
Okay. So I go up to the door. Do I see something of fight?
There's the alleyway. Maybe some trails of blood that you could investigate and maybe follow.
Yes. Let's go.
Do you want to check actually downstairs the slaves?
Yes, I would like
heading
to.
off on his own.
And
Flying off.
If you want to, you can. You'll have to roll nature to track a trail. Or something else if you can convince me of it.
Nature.
Or something else if you can convince me of it.
It's
And I'm gonna do sending to
10.
30,
Farthy?
40, 40, yeah,
Farthy? Whatever.
30, yeah. To tell him
People get it
what-
wrong all the time.
to tell him they were expecting us. They were expecting us. One leader killed, one escaped. Something going on. Many dead. Send help. And clean up. Crew. I still have 5 words. You
Mhm.
can reply to this message.
Okay. The message is not received.
It's not
He's
received.
probably dead.
It's not received, you said. What do I know about messages not being received? Usually that means somebody's dead.
Yeah.
Usually it's somebody's dead. Either that or in their a sphere of antimatter, for example, can do that. If you were trying to send into the white shard before you broke the barrier, that would cause your
Okay.
messages not to be received.
So I mentioned this. Well, I guess you guys are doing your own thing. When you're back, I'll mention it. But I feel like there was a very fine.
We are still.
It's like a
bounded.
Cold War, you know. In this place, there was a very fine balance, and we were the tipping point. Like we were the the spark that lit the match.
So I'm following. Can I see something with my 10 nature check?
There's
Following
a lot
the
of
track.
there's a lot of grime on the road. You follow it a couple meters in some direction, and then maybe that's blood over there. It is. It's probably somebody else's blood.
Yeah.
And you kind of get lost in the.
Shit. Okay, I'll come back.
So we check on the.
And you were looting the corpse.
Yeah. What do I find?
You find a short sword of warning.
Short sword of.
Oh, that's what warned them.
A Vorpal longsword.
How do you spell Vorpal?
Vorpal.
The one that cuts heads.
Yes.
Except.
When it rolls on a d20.
Yeah.
You find glamored studded leather, which can take the appearance of any type of clothing, except it's studded leather as well.
I don't care.
Yeah.
A helm of teleportation.
That's gonna be super useful.
Ring of free action, which is why it wasn't slow.
I need it. So I can 3 attacks and soon 4 attacks.
No, free action is like movement, so you can't be entangled, restrained.
Oh, that's still very useful.
And a ring of spell storing, which unfortunately does no longer have any spells in it.
But we can charge it.
Yeah, you can charge it.
What's with the with this sword?
Which one?
The Mage Slayer? What was it called?
Vorpal.
No, that's just his.
Vorpal longsword.
He has Mage Slayer as a capability. It's
Oh,
a,
that's
it's
not
a
the
feat.
sword itself.
No, you can take a feat
Oh,
that
I see,
when
I
somebody
see.
casts next to you, you can attack them as a reaction.
Which is a smart feat to
I
take.
get it.
Nothing else?
For a longsword,
some
helm,
gold.
ring, glamour. What you can of course take his hat
Ah.
if you want as a reward.
No. I take the feathers.
Trophy. It is a
Back to family.
It is a well-known hat.
Yeah, I'll take that
and
for sure.
would maybe be of use to you if you were trying to disguise yourself as him.
Well, all his clothes would be, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, very useful.
He's left naked.
He has a small coin purse on him. It has 200 platinum.
That's a small coin purse.
That's a small coin purse.
I need the small coin purse.
For this guy. For this guy, it's a small coin purse. It's
okay.
bigger on the inside.
Okay, that's pretty
Did you
good.
write that down too?
I wrote everything.
Okay.
Sorry, what was the last thing? Besides the 200 PP, you said something else?
The coin purse is bigger on the inside.
It's bigger on the inside.
Mm,
Of
nice.
holding.
Coin purse of holding, yeah. Shall we get rid of his body?
No.
Oh,
Let's
and there's
leave
like
it as a
50
warning.
healing potions, because like apparently we were talking about that before, and why don't NPCs ever have healing potions on them?
50 potions.
No, that's it. No,
That's a joke.
He never, he
Oh.
never used
He has
it.
25. Like, come on.
Yeah, but
He's about to use 20, so
I used
Maybe
one of
true.
mine.
Maybe true.
Shall we get rid of his body? If you want to impersonate him, nobody should see his dead
are
body.
there
I
slaves
guess.
still downstairs?
that's
Did
a
you
fair
check?
point.
I'll check now.
I could.
You do not see them.
Oh, fuck.
Is there something valuable downstairs?
It's like
You already went
polished.
downstairs?
He's checking downstairs. Now.
I'm just like running around.
Okay.
Just doing stuff, man.
Yeah,
So are we.
just yeah, you're getting loot. I'm getting nothing but knowledge.
Knowledge is power.
The slaves are not downstairs. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So you have a spell
You
for this?
hear,
I could incinerate him.
Sure, do it.
while you're doing that, you hear a consecutive percussion from outside. Like very, very large explosives going off. One after another.
I fly up to the roof
I think basically that's
because
the...
I feel like I could see where it's
attack.
coming from.
Okay.
What
so
do I see?
You go outside and you fly up.
Yeah.
The red flares still hang over the city.
Mm-hmm.
And the... Boy, oh boy.
Shit.
Map of Neverwinter.
Oh.
This was the whatchamacallit, Neverwinter Hall.
Mm-hmm.
The tavern originally that you were at. So the spoon and
Cup.
spoon and jug. Spoon and jug. Jug and spoon?
Cup, I think.
Spoon and cup.
Yeah.
The spoon thingy is around here. The guards' quarter hub.
Holy crap, the Vorpal Longsword is a +3.
Yeah.
To
There.
attack and damage?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a legendary item, I believe. And
Can't use it
You can?
pub that you're
because I'm on
currently at.
like on dexterity based weapons, and
Right.
There.
rapier is the only melee weapon that's dexterity based.
I'll use it. I'm happy to use that.
Yeah.
Right, so this is where you currently are, outside of this tavern, in that hall,
Mm.
or the alley. So you fly up, and you see that the explosions have carved a path through the city from the river to the chasm.
The what?
To the chasm, to this crack in the ground that is supposedly goes all the way to the Underdark. There are more going off in this section, and the bridges have been collapsed.
They're gonna flood the Underdark with the whole entire sea of the Sword Coast.
Maybe. The river is starting to reverse direction as water flows through that into the chasm.
Good call.
It's gonna be a lot of water to flood the Underdark.
That'll be a lot of water.
Yeah, why do you think they're doing this? There must be
We have no
another-
sea anymore. What's that?
Wait,
oh,
that's
the sea's
a
downstairs.
way. No, that's for the red beards. Then they can go there with their boats. Their underwater ship. Do we have a way to stop this?
Yeah, just a big magic spell that stops all the water from.
By we, I really mean.
Yeah, no. Even shape water or whatever is not that useful.
He turns all the water into wood.
Shape change and all. So these chasms, or mini craters, whatever they want to be, I measured this in feet. It's about 100 feet across and 100 feet deep. Through that portion of the city.
Where are we now in the city?
You are at this green
Okay,
spot.
so we're not that far.
Pretty
Yeah.
close.
I mean, I can make it look like there's no hole with hallucinatory terrain. Yeah,
And then people would fall in.
yeah, exactly.
Can you use mending? One.
Yeah.
5 feet at a time.
One. Yeah, exactly.
Short rest. The other one, short rest.
Or yeah, create.
It's a cantrip. You can do continuously.
No. Why is there so much wood already?
Do we have time for a short rest?
Well, you can wait an hour. Nothing stopping you.
Drink a beer. The pub is empty.
Yeah,
You can
you got
serve
beer on tap.
yourself.
Nah, we should probably move. So you're burning the body, right?
Why not?
I'll take all the clothes off, by the way. Why not?
Mhm.
Are we up approximately the same size?
As General Axel?
Yeah.
They're on the same size. They're both medium creatures.
'Kay.
He's an elf, you're a quote unquote elf.
I mean, I can be.
I
Okay.
want to be.
Or you
Do whatever I
can.
want.
Okay. Anything else about this happening, or?
You get a interesting feature later. So after the session, there'll be a thing, but that happens between sessions.
All right. Okay. So I stuffed everything I could in the bag of holding.
Yeah,
Swords
that's
are
a lot.
Swords are fine in bag of holdings, right? They're not going to
They're
tear.
not gonna pierce it from the inside.
Okay.
Just when you grab in.
But I did tell you guys what was there,
Ah.
and I said that there's 200 PP as well. We'll split it off
Yeah.
as soon as we have some time.
Time now.
I think we're used to split evenly the loot we find. All right. What should we do? So I told you guys I tried to contact Ferthy, and no response.
looks
So, I
like
mean,
he
no
got
contact.
hit.
So it's possible he's been killed.
You got hit by a vocal sword too.
So this looks like they had this contingency plan ready, and the guy who escaped, by the way, it looked like a pretty high up Redbeard, if not all the way at the top. I don't know.
The wizard.
Hmm?
The wizard?
The wizard, yeah. It could be the leader of the Redbeard, as far as I know. Oh no, we knew that.
You had heard that Jarlax was
Jarlax.
the leader of the Red.
Okay, so that's probably his right hand, second in command, and he escaped
Or
to
maybe
start
his,
his contingency plan.
his other right hand, but we killed this first.
We're probably running outside at this time talking about this.
Direction.
Do we see
Is there
guards?
a boat going down the river into the?
Not right now, there isn't.
Okay.
Let's just go
I mean,
towards
going
the
up,
river
you know,
and see
like,
what
yeah,
happens. My feeling is that we're gonna see the red pearl at some point if we go there, or we
So-
could potentially
It's
say
like when you
let's
look
screw
through
all
the
this
frost.
and take a commandeer a
of
ship
course
and
so.
go to the volcano while all this is happening. That's a nice diversion as well.
Like when if the bridge is collapsed now, the river is not connected to the sea anymore, right? And it's flowing into the rift
Yeah, they are.
instead.
So so there are also explosions going down the river,
Yeah.
which you notice now as you are, I guess, running near by it. Just go for a shoreline
Yeah.
stroll.
Yeah.
So people are panicking. There's guards everywhere. There's people in the front doors of their houses trying to bar it with turned over tables, and they're standing behind them with their pitchforks, etc. Not that there's farmers in the city. I don't know why they have pitchforks.
Oh,
But the
always
explosions through this have also widened the river.
So it's still properly connected to the ocean.
Yes. In fact, it is even more connected to the ocean now.
Than ever before.
And that whole section is pretty much just now water and mud, and there's still sections of houses collapsing into it, and it's like if you've ever seen one of those tsunami videos. It's just a bunch of
Yeah.
Yeah.
boats in the harbor are starting to float inwards if they weren't anchored properly. Most of them are, but there's a strong pull into the city.
Okay, I think for now, let's head towards the junction here and see what's going on. And do we see any pirate and Redbeards or?
Yes, you see various people who have shed their costuming, tar beards, etc., that are openly rioting and causing chaos in the streets.
That's fine.
It doesn't seem like they're trying to congregate towards a general direction that you can discern at the moment. Maybe someone with an aerial view could, but it would require some scouting to figure out what their plan is, because they're being caught up in melees all around the city.
Do you wanna
So
fly up?
there, yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So you take an aerial view
Mm-hmm.
and you start flying around the city. While you're doing that scouting, you guys.
Are we at that crossing, or are we still going there?
Yeah. So you ran up to here to the crossing.
Do you?
I'll just disguise myself. Look like a general inhabitant of the city while we are walking around.
You already do, but okay. You take a generic disguise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, then I'll turn into the tabaxi, drifting cloud.
Are we used to this, him turning into other people now, or is it
Are
still
you?
like...
Surprise.
Did we have a conversation about that? I mean,
I think we talked
my
about it.
character
Yeah, we
probably
talked a little bit about it,
yeah.
but not deeply yet.
it's just like, okay, do whatever.
So, do you want to head
Weird.
continue to heading to that point where the river
I'm just
is
hoping
diverted?
maybe we'll find some answers there. I'm not sure. We could try and find out what their plan is, but I do not know. Or a way to stop it, maybe. There's still explosions going on, by the way, or?
No, they finished.
Okay. So we can really tell that the plan was to just create this diversion of the river into the... What could they possibly
seems
try
to
to do? Besides, my only thinking is, we know the Red Pearl can go underwater, and this way they would have access, because over water they would be spotted. It seems like they're trying to get into the
Yeah.
under what?
We
Underwater.
could,
Dark.
we could also check the rift, of course. What's down there?
Yeah. So if we see nothing at that corner, then maybe we start going
Yeah.
towards the chasm.
You know from having been here before, it's kind of a tourist thing, you know, when undead aren't spewing forth from the chasm, to go and look into it. You kind of get that Call of the Void feeling. It's very spooky. It's sheer cliff walls down as far as you can see.
I'll send Hedwig down.
Okay.
Looks like the highest waterfall you've ever seen.
Pretty much. It's beautiful. Rainbows, fish going over it.
Going down. You see big sharks.
Is the current very strong?
Yes. It's basically a free flowing river into a waterfall.
Yeah.
As well as the ocean powering all of it, so the houses are being swept away and crashing into the cliffs as they go down. So you send Hedwig down,
Yeah.
okay,
Like, not
with
like...
a goal.
Sorry?
With a goal.
Yeah, basically, she's supposed to go as far down as she can without getting into, like, deadly danger, as far as she can tell.
Okay.
Tell her
And,
to not get eaten by flying sharks.
and like, check if there's, like, if there's a bottom and what's there, and then come back. Or, yeah, I can snap her out of it also.
If there is a bottom.
There's gonna be
So-
some good fish down there.
Yeah, so you know from the chasm, like having been to Neverwinter before, the bottom has not been discovered.
Oh.
In that you can go down for 4 or 5 miles and you'll be in the Underdark type of thing.
Only 4 or 5 miles.
Only 4 or 5 miles.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But if you want to reach the bottom, yeah, you can go there. You might get eaten first by something scary.
Okay. So that probably doesn't make more sense then.
No, but you send her around and it's a giant waterfall, sheer cliffs all the way down. Yeah.
That's it.
So it doesn't look like suicide mission to go there with the Red Pearl too.
Probably would be a suicide.
Yeah. So it's probably not supposed to be for the ship, but why?
Maybe it's to distract adventurers like you. As you're scouting, sees ships coming into port.
What? All red, probably red.
Blazing red, and they look like heavy warships.
Huh.
Their cannons, sound like raindrops. There are so many, and they fire so often. And the city walls
Collapse.
and fortifications, the naval fortifications that they have, just crumble.
There's no one shooting back.
No.
Just one lonely cannoneer.
It's like, oh shit. Well, they do have naval, definitely bay-facing large fortifications,
Mm-hmm.
but these warships
Not
don't
anymore.
care.
Okay.
and the distraction in the city has been big enough that the attention was not at sea.
Yeah. And they are entering the city, or are they still far
Mhm.
away?
They're drifting into the city.
People are jumping out, or
No.
No.
They're still drifting. The warships are drifting into the
Oh,
city.
okay.
So you're scouting from the
Yeah.
sections here. You can see that the Redbeards in this section of the city are kind of collapsing towards the graveyard,
Mm-hmm.
and in this section of the city are collapsing here towards the main castle.
The graveyard.
Yes. On this
Yeah,
half
yeah,
of
yeah.
the city, they're going towards the graveyard.
Can I like overfly the graveyard to see if there's someone special or something special waiting for them?
Yeah. So you can do a lower pass over the graveyard. What's your AC against arrows?
My AC against arrows is 21.
Wow. Arrows whiz by you as you do
And
your low
like
pass.
like
Yeah.
no, like fighting plate, but
None hit. There is a circle of guards near the central. What do you call that? It's not a vault.
like the
Mausoleum?
tomb. Okay.
Tomb. Yeah. Near the central tomb. Yeah. They're guarding to the entrance to the tomb. The door of the tomb is open.
Okay. So I'm really interested, so I'm gonna try to land just right in front of them.
Okay, this is good. Meanwhile, you two are.
We're all talking through this telepathically, right?
Yeah, we have one.
How long is the spell, by the way?
An hour.
Has it been an hour since we cast, or
Mhm.
no? Okay.
You fought a little. This went off, and then now you're. it's
I'll
been
just mention-
less than 15
yeah.
minutes.
We'll decide later who gets what, but for now, the dagger, the short sword of warning, I'll just sheath it on my belt this way.
Yep.
So
And-
they kind of see a bird coming in, not a parrot. So they're like, oh, maybe it's.
A
And
comfortable-
then I just
Pa-
in front of them.
Parrots are
and
friends
then
with pirates.
I just, hey guys, what you guarding? Cause I did like an
Yeah.
aerial view, and
Yeah.
I feel like half of the Redbeards are converging towards you. Just wanted to give a warning. Yeah.
Can we help?
So-
Yeah, I don't know if I say that because I saw all the Redbeards coming, and
They are Redbeards.
they are Redbeards too.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to roll for initiative because you're in combat.
With all of them.
Yeah, you're the one who landed in front of their advanced party, so
Oh,
you know, good luck.
So the people who
with
are
that.
guarding the
Guarding the tomb.
the tomb
2
are
plus
Redbeards.
4, 6.
Okay.
Can I do,
If we need a battle mat for this, otherwise we can just.
Oh, you can just run away.
yeah, I can just
Yeah,
fly
also
away
that.
again.
Disengage, yeah.
Dodge, actually, because he's probably at distance.
4 of them have higher initiative than you,
Okay,
who will all
go
fire
for
crossbows.
it.
Oh, Jesus.
21, and I can take 1 extra action to add 4 to my AC if someone hits.
What do you mean take
21.
an extra
Okay,
action?
well, so one
No
of them.
bonus action.
One of them crits.
But it's not
Reaction.
Reaction.
One of them crits.
Ooh.
Do you do anything about that arrow?
Can I
Can
take my reaction?
Yeah.
Can you stop
Yeah.
that crit?
have
So
reaction.
AC would be 25.
You can do that.
Even for a crit?
Oh, but it's a crit, so
Yeah.
It's a crit against a PC.
okay. I'm not gonna say
So
no
yeah,
to that.
you effectively stop his arrow. The other 3 attack, and I mean, I love these dice. Well, another one crits.
No more reaction there.
So you
Yeah.
have a reaction. Okay, I mean it's not that bad. It's,
So one shoots, I'm like, it passes right here, and I'm like, haha, you can't aim, and then I get another arrow just in the shoulder. Ah,
you take 5 damage.
okay.
Oh
Oh,
my-
maybe not the shoulder.
With a crit.
Just take
Oh.
some
Yeah.
plumes
Crit
of
like
me.
crossbows, man.
Oh no.
There's a DM playing a campaign now in our
5
group
damage.
whose house rule is when you crit, you just don't roll, you put the max damage.
Yeah, I had that.
Oh.
Because he's saying, because it's so weird that you crit and then you just roll once.
And then you roll a 1.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, we had that too. You just max damage.
But some players are worried because they're low level right now, so
Yeah, and
when
if something crits you, if you play...
you can actually have instant death there. Anyway.
And I fly away because
Whoops.
well, okay, so I thought you were the good guys, but apparently you're part of the bad guys, so I'll just take my leave. Have a good day. Are there grenades in this game or something like that?
There's like Alchemist Fire.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy some Alchemist Fire for next time.
Just drop Alchemist
Every
Fire.
time I see like 5 arrow guides or part of dumb.
The part of doom.
Yeah,
I love
it's
it.
like how to say, like the bomb fighters.
Yeah, bombers.
I like bombers.
Yeah.
Why can't you just fill an entire bag of holding with Alchemist Fire and then just
Then-
empty it? You kill anything, right?
Yeah. Let's
Uh,
set Neverwinter on fire. Oh, no. The pirates already done that, so.
Yeah. So you
I
know
am-
there's a gathering here now, where something is going on.
That's the grave.
So could I
that's
like
the main tomb?
could I like take a cannon from somewhere like here and like shoot at the tomb?
A cannon?
With a cannon, how are you gonna hold this?
No, like from the wall, like turn it around and then shoot
There's no
inside.
cannons on these walls. They,
Oh.
they only have naval and
How many were they?
Of course.
How many of those were guarding the place?
Enough.
Which is how many?
6.
6, and then there's a lot of them coming like just like that.
More coming
Yeah.
to. Okay, so that's not a place where we can easily go. Just the three of us.
No.
Unless I'm.
Hey, we come take
Joe
what's
Axel.
in the.
I mean, why not?
It's risky.
What could possibly go wrong?
Seriously.
I came
Have
back
you
with my
yet?
friends. I just wanted to ask some other
Yes.
questions.
Only one potion.
Okay, only one. Alright, because he's got like 25 more.
You can still try. I can throw it to you.
Chug.
So isn't there
I
a
have
store
one if you
where I
want.
can just
I mean,
like
I also
buy
have more, but not
some, how
an
was it
incredible
called?
amount.
Alchemist Fire?
Alchemist
How many do I
fire.
have?
Yeah, in the Alchemist shop where you also buy
Oh, no,
other potions
25?
and healing and stuff.
I have 25 healing potions.
Oh, I don't have that many.
You guys stocked up, like.
I got
okay.
25.
Oh no, wait! I'm looking at his character sheet.
Yeah, that's,
That's
like,
why.
right. There's a parrot.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I still have 20, so I can definitely heal you if you need.
I'll take 2 of my own.
I keep forgetting to mention this, but my armor I can always pick the energy I'm resistant to, right? So
Still's fire.
fire, yeah. It says fire, you said?
It still is fire.
It still is
Last
fire.
I heard it was fire.
Yeah. Okay.
If you have to roll a bunch of them, just take the average.
Oh, it's too late now.
I have a thought for. I'm back at Erdan, by the way. So I have a thought for the people back in our plane, where they were discussing whether this plane should be saved and whether they should help them. But you won't have to soon.
I'm asking
So-
myself whether we can make use of the situation and whether the volcano might be unguarded now.
It most certainly is, or at least less so, because it seems like they brought all their force here. But are we sure this is where we need to go? That's the thing.
I don't know.
And also, we need a boat a ship if we want to do this.
We can fly.
It's far, no?
How far is it?
You know exactly how far it is.
Is it that thingy or is it it's further, right? It's much further.
It's that far from Neverwinter, and that is in miles.
Oh, that's far.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that it was so far. So that's like 300 miles. How far can we fly? How fast?
50
Oh.
feet usually.
That's a good question.
It's a lot of actions.
60 feet.
Can you actually dash while flying, or flying speed remains what it is? I think he might be able to, but with the spell.
Can I go really high and then with the
That's a good question.
gravity go faster?
Anyway, it's way too far, and there's no way.
What about that teleportation helmet?
Oh, that's also way too far. Wait. My dimension door thing can take us up to. As soon as I find it, 500 feet.
Oh,
No, forget it.
Nah.
not 500 miles.
No.
Nice try.
No, this is the kind of like take a transportation mean. So basically a ship. No, we need a ship. But the thing is, the docks are being completely overrun by these guys, so there's no way we're going out of that dock. That's the dock, right? Where the warships are.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is the dock. By the way, teleport does not have a distance.
That's teleport, I don't have that. I have dimension door.
You have a helm of teleportation.
Oh, I do.
Right? That's what he was saying, which casts teleport.
Right. That's the only one I didn't check, actually.
And teleport is you and up to 8 willing creatures you can see, or a single object you can see, to a destination you choose. And there's a familiarity chance table with it.
For unwilling creatures?
For example, viewed once, description, false destination, seen casually, very familiar, associated object. So if you have something from there, it's associated object. If you're very familiar with the location, you've been there multiple times. Neverwinter, you would be very familiar with. Seen casually, the Red Pearl, you've seen casually, I think.
Let's
or-
teleport
no, sorry.
onto the Red Pearl.
You've viewed once.
And we've seen the whole island from above when we
Yeah.
arrived,
You've seen casually the island.
so we can do it. Casually works? Is that what it says?
I mean, they all work. It just
Does
has a
that-
different chance of failure.
Okay.
How often can you use that helmet?
We have 3 charges.
Currently one has been used. There are 2 charges left.
Hmm.
So we could do the round trip.
See
at
you
least.
later.
And it recharges as well, so
Yeah, every dawn.
so absolutely do.
So we might be stuck on that island for a day.
So if we are holding hands,
Our worst
one
places
is
to be
holding-
stuck at.
Currently the city.
So
It's like in Harry Potter, where if you hold the hand, you can go with him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it's you and up to 8 willing creatures.
That's cool.
I don't want to.
No!
We can come. Yeah.
I mean, we can do it right now.
I just wanted to say we can come back with the teleportation circle. Because
We can come back with
'Cause
the
you have-
helmet too.
Because you've tested this and it worked.
Yeah, but it might be guarded by someone else now. I don't know.
What if we come back with the helmet? It has 2 charges.
Yeah, but it might fail.
So you didn't take clairvoyance in the end, did you?
What kind?
Clairvoyance?
I don't know that.
The spell? Okay, no, never mind.
Sorry. No, I don't know.
Or is it a way for you to see very far in a different place?
No.
Okay. So basically, if we have, is it going to be seen casually for us?
It'll be seen casually for you.
And then how does that work? We roll a d100. And
So if you choose to
54.
cast it,
Yeah. Okay, got it. I have the table here.
Every one of us, or just you?
All of us.
the caster roll.
Well,
So we cannot be separated by.
Yeah.
Okay.
no. So we all end up in the same place.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
question is,
Where?
if we do less than 54, we're going to be off target. Less than 44 is going to be similar area, and less than 34, we're going to be in a totally different place.
Okay.
Well, so
Let's go to adventure.
But the thing is, we can always come back. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Because we know Winterfell. Never winter very well. Let's try.
Similar area. So
Welcome
mishap.
to the entrance.
Mishap. It says a little bit farther down. Mishap is you take 3d10 force damage and you roll d100 again.
Okay.
So that's a 1/3 chance.
Do
Do you
we-
have?
Do we want to take a short rest first, maybe?
Similar area, which you have a 10% chance of doing, is visually or thematically similar, but not the same, not necessarily the same place. And then the off target is D8 for direction, starting from north going clockwise, and then a D10 times D10% of the distance that was traveled.
Okay. Do you add any spellcasting bonus, or is it?
No, it's just its own thing.
Okay. So it doesn't matter whether you or I do it.
Let's find a place where we can take a short rest before we do it, if that's okay.
There are a lot of broken houses. We can go back to the inn, just chill there.
I mean, I know there's a lot of chaos outside, but maybe we can find a place that's like a tavern. I'm sure taverns are not being used right now.
I mean, yeah, you just
I'm
clear
pretty
the
sure
tavern.
there are some
There's nobody
left
in there.
beds, you know. Just we don't even.
we
have
never
to
found
pay.
the slaves, by the way, right?
No.
No.
Okay. Let's take a short rest, okay? We find a safe spot as safe as possible.
Okay, so you go back to the tavern that you
I would
were-
rather pick a place that we know is not an old hideout from the Redbeards, basically.
Okay. Yeah. So you fight your way through the streets, looking scary and fighting off anyone who tries to come at you as the city is rioting. Find a house that looks like it was boarded up and abandoned. Break off a couple boards, sneak in through the window, type of thing, and think it's a good enough place to ride out the storm, as it were.
Okay.
While you are doing that, the raindrops continue, that is the cannon fire, and continue over the next hour. I don't know if you would know it, but they,
We'll probably hear it.
when you come out later, or when you scout, or by hearing it, the warships have taken anchor in the middle of the city, and are pretty much leveling it. Cannons are being fired in every direction, but not at the graveyard or the main castle.
Okay.
The house that you're in gets hit a couple dozen times,
Still standing though.
but you're taking shelter in the basement or something and don't get hit.
We took a short rest. Anybody wants to use hit dice to
I
heal?
did already.
Okay. Hit dice to heal.
Yeah. How much can I hate?
It's your hit dice, whatever it is.
For fighter, it's probably 1d12 plus, I don't know. 1d10?
90.
It's written in your character
That's
sheet.
that's the level 9. Maybe it changed. Probably 10d10,
Here,
right?
9d10.
Yeah, but it's the level 9.
Yeah, this is the level 9
sheet.
character sheet.
Oh,
So I
I
think
didn't
it's
Print
10d10.
new ones for you guys. You have the number of hit dice is the level of your character.
Okay.
so 10.
So how
When you short rest, you can start rolling dice, and that's your
I can roll as much dice as that.
as you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can basically it recharges once every long rest because you can take multiple short rests.
Yeah.
But
Oh, okay.
Each
yeah.
short rest you can use a portion of the total of 10.
Of course, yeah. 6. So I'll be at.
Do you add another number to your hit
6.
dice?
Plus your Constitution modifier.
Plus your Constitution modifier.
Yeah.
So plus 9. 9.
9.
No,
plus-
9 in total.
Yeah. Okay.
6
okay.
plus 3.
1.
Just sitting there with like
So
30
4.
constitutions.
And third one, 10.
And probably we can look into those items
Oh.
while we're resting.
1, 2,
Yeah, you can identify them.
Yes,
Yeah, they
I
are
cast it as a
already.
ritual.
Okay,
Takes
I
11
used
minutes.
3 of them.
And there's how many of them? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6
Oh.
of them.
Yeah, then
So
it
that's
will
the-
take 66 minutes.
Then that's just about right. Okay, so I tell you guys what we have, and you tell me if you want it. Okay?
Yeah, well,
So the Vorpal Longsword is a +3 longsword. I think that's definitely good for me. And I can spend my hour to make it my pact weapon.
mm-hmm.
So that means you can magically summon and unsummon it, correct?
Correct. But it's not in D&D Beyond, so...
The Vorpal Longsword? It is.
Oh yeah.
What was it? The Ring of Spell Storing?
So the Ring of Spell Storing, okay, let me just tell them all one by one, okay? Ring of Free Action. While you wear this ring, difficult terrain doesn't cost you extra movement. In addition, magic can neither reduce your speed nor cause you to be paralyzed or restrained. It's pretty useful. Slow would not affect you, for example.
Yeah.
It negates difficult terrain, magical speed reduction, and you're immune to paralyzed or restrained. Yeah. So that's useful for anyone, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anybody wants this?
I'll take it when nothing else.
Okay, well, we can decide
yeah,
later.
Exactly.
Then, so the Vorpal sword I took, right? The long sword, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Glamoured Studded Leather. It's basically a studded leather, but it has a +1. That's
Yeah,
pretty
I
cool.
have that too.
What do you have?
I have just studded leather +1.
Okay, this one as extra allows you to change the aspect of your clothing. So maybe you can switch to this one instead.
I can switch to. Do you want it because it would be easier for you,
Mm,
or do you have
It's
heavy
true, but
armor
my-
because it's light armor?
yeah, because
I
my
have
armor is
some-
better. That's the only thing.
Yeah, I need this one because if I have like heavier armor, I can fly.
Plus, it gives you a little bit of disguise capability. which is
Yeah.
nice.
Which you're the only one who
Okay,
doesn't have
I
that. So
think yeah, that's true.
okay, so you
And
take the
sneaky
Glamoured.
party. Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay, if you want, I give you the links on Discord one. I can do that.
Glamour, studded leather.
Then Weapon of Warning. Did we already have one of those?
Mm-mm.
No, huh? That's the short sword. So in combat, it's not very useful, but it gives advantage to initiative rolls. To you and any of your companion within 30 feet, actually.
Oh, nice.
We can, sorry, no, not the initiative. None of us can be surprised
That's
Ah.
cool.
unless we're incapacitated.
So.
But unless it's magical as well. The weapon magically awakens you and your companions within range if you or any are sleeping naturally. So any of us can hold this as an extra thing. Who's got the best initiative among us?
I think we are not much different, right? I have a +2.
Me too.
Plus
Who
4.
needs-
+4,
Ah.
so maybe you don't need as much as the two of us. Do you want it or?
Is it finesse?
It's a short sword, so I don't think so.
Mm. The only one that's finesse is rapier.
But you don't have to be wielding it.
Yeah. Oh, it's in,
Oh,
it's in my
maybe.
equipment?
Yeah.
I don't
If you have it
hold
on your belt.
Oh.
So you kind of look a little bit more dangerous, but not too much.
Wizard with a short sword?
Hmm.
Yeah. How's it called?
Short sword of warding, or sorry, warning.
How is that?
So you have to, I believe you have to
Oh,
attune.
It
to
is finesse, actually.
It is?
Yes.
Okay.
It is? Okay.
You have to attune to it, so it takes up one of your 3 magic item slots.
Yes, I only have used one so far.
But as far as I know, you don't have to have it in your hand to be woken up during your sleep, for example. Right? It's enough that you have it.
Yeah.
So I don't see why
Sleep
the
with
advantage
your
on
short
initiative
sword.
would require you having it in your hand either.
Yeah. Yeah, I can take it for now, and then we can still reconsider if someone else wants to have it. How much time does a tuning take?
Long rest.
Okay, so I'll do it tonight.
I'm not really sure why I'm looking at the two weapons. I have the great sword and this Vorpal one. The hit is the same, even though the other one's a +3.
Do you have some type of bonus to your packed weapons?
I get +1 magical unless it's got its own. No, I didn't take that actually because I had a. But I'm supposed to have just a +1.
If you hover over it or click the attack modifier, I think it expands it for you.
No.
No? Hmm.
If you are you in your actions
Yeah.
view, and then there is like this hit DC column,
Yeah.
which
and
shows plus some number, and when you click on that number, it should show you the details of how it.
It doesn't tell you about the attack or just the damage. Okay, I don't want to take too much time on this, but I'll get back to it. Okay, so the weapon of warning, you're taking it.
I took it for now. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it's a short sort of warning. Yeah.
Yes.
Then we have the ring of spell storing. The cool thing with this is it's useful for anyone.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
could store spells in it.
Yeah. So basically, like you and I can
Store.
cast spells to it and store them.
Yeah.
And it's up to level 5. The thing I don't get it is, does it work like?
It's a total of 5 levels.
Yeah. You could.
So you do 1 level 5 or 5 level 1s.
For example. Yeah.
Okay, got it. So that could expand the spells that we can cast.
Yes.
And it could be either that you can have more spells yourself, or it could be that I can cast your spells, or you can cast mine.
If spells have material components.
You expend them to store it into the ring.
Yeah. I was just wondering if it's like a spell like teleportation circle.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's not really storable because that requires like intricate drawing of sigils on the floor, and
I don't
that
think
would
there's a
kind of
limit.
go against the ring of spell storing, I guess.
I mean, that's kind of super weird.
It doesn't specify anything about this. That's the weird part. But
Yeah.
the idea is that you do everything the normal way when you store it. So you do all the things you're supposed to do,
Yeah,
and then it stores it, and it kind of holds it in place for later.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of, at least a teleportation circle, it's maybe a little bit on
It's
the
kinda
edge,
weird.
but
If you want it to work, it works, because then you can do all of it, and then after you cast it again from the ring of spell storing, basically it just creates
Yeah.
that on the ground again.
yeah.
That could be the way that it works. Whatever tells a better story.
That would be cool because normally it takes a minute to cast it. And if you had stored it in the ring,
Yeah.
you could just like, flee.
Okay. Then we have the helm of teleportation. So while you're wearing this, you can use an action to use teleport, and it's got 3 charges.
Currently 2, right?
Currently 2.
Currently.
So if that's so, wait, there's one more. No, that's it.
The description for the Ring of Spell Storing says that it currently has 1d6 minus 1 spells stored that the GM can decide.
But in this
well,
case, it doesn't.
it had 2 Misty Steps in it.
And it's
Okay.
Okay, now it doesn't.
Okay.
Hey, we got a cool.
That's why
thing
you
right
almost
here,
died, remember?
Okay, so who wants? You took the glamour
Yeah, I
thing.
did.
That's done. The weapon of warning, you got it. I got the Vorpal longsword. The ring of reaction and the ring of spell storing and the helm of teleportation is what's left. So we can have one each.
Uh-huh. I mean, maybe it might make sense if one of you takes the Ring of Spell Storing.
You already have one, right?
One.
Spell store. I mean, I don't. Like, you would have to load the ring for me to.
Well, no
use
matter what.
it,
Yeah, we can do it
so-
every evening before a long rest. I
Yeah.
can use my leftover slots to store spells in the ring.
Let's look at it this way. Do you want to be able to cast some spells?
I don't really care, I think.
A nice
Yeah.
vitriolic sphere, for example.
What's
Yeah,
your-
that's true.
A nice
to have
vitriolic
like
sphere.
ranged attacks.
You'd have some ranged attacks or
Yeah.
whatever.
Or, well, I think if we like take all the spells that could be useful the next day, doesn't really matter who carries it around.
Yeah, but it matters for casting in combat.
Yeah.
Because,
Oh,
for
but
example, you could
do
cast
do you have
Vitriolic Sphere, he
do
does
I
as
need
well.
a good casting ability?
No.
'Cause
No,
I have, like,
you-
0.
You cast it, but with my casting, or
Oh, okay.
like with the one who stored
Yeah,
into
of
the
course, yeah.
ring.
But the thing is, it requires a bit of thinking and strategy. So if you're not into that, then
I can get into that, but not
it's
not
really,
more than my character.
It's. I think it will be fun if we have like a fighter that can cast
Surprise fireball!
cast a little bit of. Yeah, it would take the
Take it out of my ring.
enemies off guard basically. If suddenly a fighter casts like whatever, a magic missile or whatever.
Surprise! 2 spheres of acid. One there, everywhere.
Surprise, motherfuckers!
Okay, ring of reaction.
What did it do? You get a dash? No.
No, it's no difficult terrain, and you can't be paralyzed, restrained, and you can't be slowed and things like that.
Oh, okay.
You're
think that
always
would be
free
better-
to move.
Either for you or for me, because you're like range cast spell. So if you're
It
In
can be useful
difficult-
for him too, because
Yeah.
if some are trying to restrain him and get close to him, then he could actually still escape.
that's true.
For someone who, I would say maybe not you, because you have 50
Yeah,
fly.
yeah,
Um,
of course.
That's called Ring of
free action. I feel like that might be good for you because
Mhm.
you're squishy and you want to keep your distance. That could help you do that.
Okay. Now I'm at the maximum of attunement items.
But it doesn't need
Then-
attunement.
It does.
Oh, it requires attunement.
But I'm good. I mean, now I'm at my maximum. If I
What?
also wear that.
Ah, okay.
So if I
Wait,
have
this
the
one.
Ring of Feather Falling, the Ring of Reaction, and the Short Sword of Warning, then
They all require attunement actually.
they all require attunement.
How many attunement things do I have?
I have 2.
Me too. So I only have one more thing I can put. And you have 2 as well.
I have 2 as well, so I can get one more thing. I have the the rapier of wounding, and the arrow catching shield. And the armor doesn't need attunement.
That's convenient.
Yeah.
Okay, but we can only attune tomorrow, like tonight, basically.
What do you mean?
So attunement takes time, right? How much?
Yeah.
An hour per attunement, or
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, we cannot do it like in an instant. So we probably do it tonight.
Well, we need to do the helm of teleportation if you want to get there anyway.
Does it require attunement? Ah, so okay, each of us can attune to one item in that time, basically.
Yep. I mean, I have dimension door. I can do teleportation stuff, so I feel like I don't need the helm of teleportation. I mean, it's different, but
It's pretty different, right?
yeah. But you also have.
Requires this creature to spend short rest focused on only that item while being in physical contact with it.
Okay, so like an hour.
So that could have been that short rest. I could have attuned to it, or one of us could.
Can you
have.
also spend hit dice then?
Yeah.
I didn't spend any, so
Oh.
you can. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't attune to two items in the same short rest.
Okay, so we would be attuned to one of them now.
Do you want to just get the teleportation one then? Because you're the only one who can't do something like that. You can do something like that to teleport yourself to blink away, or
No.
you can't. Okay.
Well,
You
he
want
could
to-
like blink away if an enemy comes up too close.
Because I
If
have.
that's useful for you.
I mean, you can
Maybe-
change. You can get the ring of reaction, and I take the 100 instead.
Either way. What's for sure is we have one too many magic item right now. But we could always switch once in a while.
Or drop it in the ocean.
Oh, what was that? I don't remember.
I want to check something because I wonder, because armors rarely require attunement.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, let's spend 5 more minutes on this.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a snack,
And
and then we can continue.
I'll let you be short. So I'll get more water for us.
Thank you.
Go to the toilets.
Yeah, watch out.
and it's impossible to track which of them is real or not.
Yeah.
So there are 4 of you, and every time an opponent attacks you,
Or one of the duplicates.
When you get hit, actually.
yeah, when you get hit, like one of you, there is like a chance, depending on how many duplicates are still there, that they are hit instead of you. And when a duplicate is hit, it vanishes. So but it's basically, it gives you a pretty high chance of not being hit.
It's a substitute for AC. Or actually an enhancer on AC.
Yeah.
It's an enhancer on AC, yeah. It's a little bit like, it's in a similar vein of Blur.
Yeah.
Also. Or you could get an attack spell if you would rather have that, like something cool. I don't know.
I mean, Mirror is pretty cool.
Mirror is also pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll take that.
I mean, what's the level?
Mirror image? Second.
Yeah, so you can put a couple of things.
Yeah, but for now I would only put one since I don't have
it's fine.
an infinite amount of slots left.
But I
in
can
the
also
evening
put
I
some
can
stuff, you know. I can also cast some things into it.
Yeah.
Do it. But as promised, we were only spending 5 minutes on that.
Yeah.
Oh
So
yes.
We are 10 minutes over.
Okay.
I cast teleportation.
Let's go.
Yeah, ready?
What are the dice saying?
I have to roll a
54.
54 or better.
Let's see what happens.
Are your 10s marked for the single and the double position?
Yeah, I have the doubles. No,
Which one is tens?
It's
Oh,
got
yeah,
a
yeah,
zero.
yeah,
It has
yeah.
zeros, yeah.
Very good. This is seen casually.
56!
That was close.
Where
I
is
saw the
targeted
50, so...
is the
Uh,
question.
Yeah, I have a picture of this, right?
Yeah.
So there was a port there.
right to the board.
And then, I mean, it's not very detailed, this drawing, right? But what I'd like is that we go to a beach near it. It looks like it's very cliffy. It's so maybe just above it,
Above
that port. I didn't see anything else that was
how
civilized.
many feet in the air?
Not in the air, just I mean. Okay,
on,
so
on the rock face above the port?
exactly.
Yeah. Up
So
the mountain a ways.
Yes, not too far that we can still reach it.
You're telling me you're on target.
But
where do you
I
go?
just basically don't want to be seen, but be able to get into the town.
So how far do you go? It's a rock, like it's a volcanic. Volcanic activity has built up this section, and it is pretty much just rock and ash downward. Over time, since it hasn't erupted since 50 years, it is cooled, and it is just rocky, and there's a little bit of plant life, but there's not like a forest you can hide in.
Okay. Or beaches. It's really just rock. That's just rock.
It's pretty much a giant rock.
Okay. I don't know. Say an hour away, half an hour away. Of the port.
Half an hour away is not a distance.
I'm really bad at distances.
You want to go like halfway up the mountain?
Besides the port, did I see anything else that seemed interesting on the volcano when we were
Not really.
above? Okay. Or should we just go inside the port? And hope nobody sees us.
Then we should disguise ourselves first.
Yeah. You turn your
my
thing
new
into
cloak.
pirate clothes?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you can only attune to one of the two things. So did you attune to the armor? Or actually, the armor doesn't
armor,
require.
I don't have to.
Okay.
I attune to the ring.
Oh, we can store disguise self spells in your ring.
Yeah, but I have my... What is it? Standard letters.
Does it change your whole appearance?
Yeah.
Just the.
I know, it's just a clothing.
Just
It
the
looks like any
Yeah.
clothing you want.
But he doesn't look like a red bearded pirate.
I'm parrot anyway, so...
Registration.
Pirates are...
I'm a
Pirates are
traveling-
pirates' friends.
Yeah.
Right.
You can sit on someone's shoulder.
Yeah.
It's a big.
kind
bird,
of
too.
big bird, but traveling merchant, let's say it like that.
Are.
Or,
So you disguise?
Yeah. I will also change clothes into exploration because I was all like courtier before, and I'm turning into the tabaxi.
And teleport.
And I
Group
would
of
teleport.
animals coming
So-
to the port.
To the port.
a
To the
parrot,
port,
a
to
cat, and
wherever I could
You don't
see,
wanna
because
change
obviously I've
form.
seen it from very far. Wherever I could see that seemed
we have a
discreet
parrot,
enough.
a cat.
but-
You could be another.
So directly on the docks. Is what you're saying.
Like that. Yeah, let's do it.
Well, sure.
Nah.
No, it can be a little bit to the side, like say 500 meters.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. 500 meters
Outside of town.
outside of town.
Town. Okay.
Okay.
You're there.
Is it much hotter?
Not particularly.
Let's just walk to town.
It works.
How does it look like?
There's a picture of it.
teleportation?
No.
It's got a picture.
I cannot turn my
Oh,
computer.
maybe he had a special version.
It looks like a samurai helmet
Okay.
on this. I don't know if that's
Yeah,
what
it
it
looks like it's.
It
It could
was.
be-
And he had his head on top of it?
He had it cleverly disguised.
You could say that the hat is the helmet. Actually.
That would be cool.
It's a
yeah.
magical fedora hat. I love
Sure,
that.
why not?
It's
Yeah.
like the hat of Magneto in like X-Men.
It looks like that, yeah.
You get a fantastic hat that also does teleportation.
That would be, yeah. I like that.
Alright.
Yes.
Okay. But anyway, right now on the tabaxi. And so you have the ring of reaction, huh? Just remove that.
The ring, yeah, I'm not attuned to it right now, but yeah.
Right, so... is it buzzing
What, buzzing?
in town? Is there a lot of people?
Aha! You're 500 feet. Or 500 meters.
Oh yeah,
500
okay.
feet
So
outside of it.
yeah, so we start making our way.
Yeah.
But as you make your way closer and closer, you don't see any sign of anyone there.
It's empty.
It looks empty.
Perfect.
Let's loot it.
We have
Yeah.
enough loot.
Oh, we found the shard.
Let's
No.
go around.
The shard.
So I would ritually cast Detect Magic
Okay.
while we walk around there and
Uh-huh. So
check
you're
for-
walking into town.
Yes.
Like that, detect magic.
We're walking into town.
I'm
if-
doing like air flying above town to see if there's like maybe an ambush that you can see from down there and from up above.
Okay.
Sure. Just be discreet, please. As colorful as you are.
So you start flying above town.
Mm-hmm. It's just like rooftop from rooftop to rooftop.
Should we activate again the
Sneaky.
teleportation?
Little
The
buzz.
Hello,
telekinesis?
Buzz.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And you're detecting magic around town, and you're strolling in,
Discreetly.
discreetly strolling into this
Like-
small port village.
I'm disguised
Empty
as a
town
pirate.
with the
Yeah.
tabaxi would just go from door to door. Like.
There are about 12 houses, and two very long docks. So three of the houses are built kind of on the rocks. It looks like they might be built into the rocks. The rest are kind of just in front of that. You don't detect any significant magic around. There are traces of magic. Maybe people had very magical items around here at one point. But nothing shines at you.
Is
And you don't encounter anyone.
is there a walkway out of this city that leads like up the mountain?
No, not any obvious trails.
So there's only the harbor, basically.
It looks like it's a small fishing village.
No treasure.
Nothing wrong here, just a small fishing village, officer.
There's no one at all.
I guess they're all out fishing.
You could just burn it down.
Why?
Maybe.
Because it's the pirate's lair, so...
Yeah, so what?
I guess we haven't found the real thing yet.
The what?
Like the real. This seems to be like a front.
Yeah. Did you cast
Yeah.
out the telekinesis?
Telepathic
The
bond?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we need to gather to.
We
build-
were together
bind
just
the bond.
before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he didn't cast it then, so.
Ah.
Yeah. So we hold
It's
hands
alright.
in a
Oh,
circle
great.
for like 10 minutes and 6 seconds.
So 20 minutes later, after have ritual casting, detect magic and ritual casting.
And a short rest.
Um,
maybe you should go see above the volcano. There's always
Okay.
something hidden inside the hull of the volcano.
I'll go over
D&D,
there.
there has to be something.
Is
hidden
there a
inside.
waterfall?
There's no waterfall. Right?
Nothing behind the waterfall then.
So you fly up to the top of the volcano.
Yeah.
So you, as you're flying over it, make a perception check.
Seven.
Okay. So you're not able to really
But
see.
I've got like,
You
really
got eagle
good
eyes.
Yeah. I'm a
if-
parrot, but I've got hawk eyes.
If your passive perception is greater than your active perception, I take the passive perception.
It's passive wisdom perception is 10.
Yes. Which in this case is higher than your 7.
Yes.
So it's 10. In any case, you're not able to see through the kind of smoky fog that's coming out of the top of the volcano to see much of anything of use.
Right.
Does the smoke feel hot?
It's pretty good.
Okay.
It's like steam. It is steam.
So it's not
So
like a
I
disguise.
won't just like
No.
fly in. Alright.
I mean, you could just fly straight down into the mouth of a volcano.
Yeah, and just
That could be fun.
die.
What's lava damage again? It's like 10d8 or something.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
it's
not bad
alright.
per round.
No, bro. I'll fly away. No, you're dead. Ah!
Contingency.
Flying down, checking potions.
Yes.
Okay, so maybe we should check some of the houses. Maybe the ones that are built into the mountain. Maybe they lead deeper.
Yeah, let's just check everything and see. Let's just start looking around and any building that looks a bit more prominent or that has something a bit suspicious. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So yeah, I detected no magic anywhere. So I guess one building is as good as the next, from what I can tell.
Let's start investigating.
Ooh, I can help you. Oh, I could also investigate myself.
You're good.
You're gonna investigate yourself.
I'm
You sure?
5 levels of good.
I am 8 levels.
Okay, I assist you.
I'm 0.
So if I'm assisted, I do advantage.
I guess.
Correct.
20.
Okay. So you poke around the village. It seems very Blazing Saddles style of people wouldn't really live here. It's more just of a show than anything of a town. And you paying particular attention to the ones built into the rock face, find that if you lift up the bed in one of them, it acts as a lever, and the back wall opens into a very long, dark tunnel.
Got it.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. I guess we should check that out.
Mhm.
It's dark in there.
Yes.
Then I'll cast dancing lights around us.
Okay.
Ah, I prefer the darkness.
It can be behind you. You can go first.
Sure.
So you catch the traps. Not catch them.
Wait, who's got the thing of alertness? of warning?
Oh.
What?
He does.
Wait, what does it exactly do? It
No, it's
warns-
just that you
we cannot
can't
be surprised.
Yeah.
But
It's
I
warning, it's not alertness. Yeah.
guess traps is not surprise, right?
Yeah. But that's a good point. Maybe let's check for traps. Who's very perceptive? Is a perception, right? Or investigation? It would still be investigation if you're searching for them, no? In my
For
opinion.
traps?
Yeah.
It's passive perception to spot a trap.
If you're actively looking for them.
Then you move it a crawl.
Ah, okay.
When is passive investigation used? Is that
That's
checking?
passive deception?
That's the Sherlock Holmes type of thing. You're like,
I
oh,
think.
Because I have an incredibly high passive investigation. I don't know why.
because of your intelligence.
Ah, true.
Okay.
It's 10 plus your
Oh yeah,
intelligence
I'm so
modifier.
smart.
No, it must be more. It's 18.
Maybe you have a feat?
In any case.
No, any
Yes. In any case, yes.
Do you want to take a 10-foot pole and crawl down this at like 5 feet per minute? Poking everything that you can, checking for traps?
No,
Or
let's
do
just
you-
look at our feet and make sure we're not stepping on something that's
Spiky.
Passive perception.
Okay.
Uh,
Alright.
And you proceed down the hallway. How far in do you want to go?
Oh,
As
it's
far as-
long, you said.
It's starting to be a while.
Can we see any kind of end?
It's dark. It's straight.
And it goes towards the volcano.
There's no light
I'll-
at the end of the tunnel.
I quickly send Hedwig forward to scout it out in front of us.
Okay. She starts flying.
She never
She
comes
flies
back.
out of dark vision range.
But I see it through her eyes.
No, so she flies out of your guys' dark vision.
Yeah,
range,
yeah,
which
yeah.
is like 60 feet.
Yeah.
And a while later, you see through her eyes, some figures in the distance.
Lit by some.
Yeah, some lights, maybe.
Okay.
It's us. She made it around.
So, okay, how many figures does she see?
She sees 3.
3 figures. And they look like.
One is a bird.
One is a
She
head.
does
One has a
see
funny
us?
hat on.
How did that happen?
Ah, there's some magic here.
And
There-
Hedwig comes up behind you.
There is something going on here.
Now you can detect magic.
Yes.
Or
Uh,
do you have what's the remove magic or
Dispel?
magic? Do you have that?
Not prepared. We can take the
Let's
long
take
rest
a
here.
Well, detect it first, maybe.
Yeah, let's detect it first.
Okay. So you ritual cast detect magic.
Yes.
Surprise, it's magic.
Illusion.
Yes.
It's an illusion, so
But Hedwig actually came up behind us.
And transmutation, let's say.
So how do we get out of it?
I mean, if it's an illusion, you could think you're going straight when actually you're going in circles. You just need to make it a bit like this, and
Yeah, maybe we could check the walls if maybe there is like something that leads out of this illusion.
either that or we're missing some kind of activation mechanism that can dispel this thing.
So if we look behind us, our entrance is gone.
I mean, the entrance is too far away to see.
Or it's something that's making us just walk like this in a small space. If we go back to the exit.
It
but
could also be possible.
we can just try to go back.
Yeah, let's try that.
Yeah, let's just walk back.
Okay.
But this time we pay a bit more attention to our
Surroundings.
And so you're walking back towards the entrance that you came from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it takes a while, but eventually you do reach it.